Arena. This afternoon, it's Arena Bowl 93, Tampa Bay and Detroit. Detroit's domination began in 1988. The Drive won their first championship ring at the Rosemont Horizon, running by the Chicago Bruisers. In 1989, they returned to defend their title and put another ring on their finger against Pittsburgh. 1990, the Drive three-peated against Dallas behind the arm of Art Schleister. 1991, the streak ended at Joe Louis Arena. Tampa Bay derailed the Drive's fourth title. Jay Gruden and Stevie Thomas beat the Drive with 4 touchdown passes. Detroit returned a year ago and reclaimed what they believe was theirs, a 4th title. A day George LaFrance burned Orlando with an Arena Bowl record 57-yard kickoff return. Today, the Drive for 5. Arena Bowl 93, Tampa Bay and Detroit. Craig Bullerjack, Rick Walker will be alongside this afternoon. The pads are on. Let's take you inside Detroit's locker room.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen.
Let's think about this right here now. Think about this right here. It's not a football game, not one, that there's not about 5 plays make the difference. 5 plays. You be the guy to make that play. You be the guy to make one of those plays. Because if you don't do it, who's going to? You be the guy. Baby. Everybody it is to be, it's up to me. Let's go get them. Let's
go. And for Tampa, a moment of silence as well tonight before kickoff.
We haven't played our best game.
I meant playing the 1992 championship. This is 1993. This is your time. Some of us started against these guys in Germany. Got it done. Many of us were together in training camp. Got it done. We're all here tonight. You're going to get it done. Be what you are. You're pros. You're champions. Do what got you here. Knock them down. We're going to get knocked down. Get up. Knock them down. You got to beat them before we're going to win it. Be tough, compete, be smart, help each other along. There's going to be adversity. We got to go 60 minutes, men. 60 minutes. This is your time. You know it in this room, it's your time. They don't know it out there. They don't know it out there. You got to earn it. You got to get it. You got to take it. You got to take it. This little girl, you're her heroes. Go ahead.
Oh, see, can you see that it dawns early light?
That was Miss Amanda Wise singing the national anthem before tonight's game to Tampa Bay. And Rick Walker, you've played in the Rose Bowl, 2 Super Bowls. You've heard all the talk, all the hype. What are the coaches trying to do today?
Well, the key for both coaches at this point is just to keep the troops calm. You don't want them to lose focus. And it's so easy to do with all the pregame hype. As a player, you want this so bad, but you can't afford to forget the fundamentals that helped you get there.
You know, Rick, a couple of big semifinal games just a week ago. We were down in Orlando to watch Tampa Bay and the Predators, a 3-point game. The Storm moves on.
The key for Tampa Bay is Jay Gruden, right there on your screen. He was the league's top-rated passer for the past 3 seasons. Here he throws a 45-yard strike, perfect, to Ahmad Field. Field's a speedster, nicknamed Deep Heat, and made it 17-17. They never looked back.
The other semifinal, Detroit and Arizona, the Drive, fortunate to be back in the big game.
Boy, you said that. Much improved are the Rattlers. Here, Tony Burst goes in with 6 seconds to go to ensure Detroit its 6th straight trip to Arena Bowl. Confidence is the key, folks. you know when you get in this type of ball game that one bad play here or there can cost yourself a chance for the ring and the trophy. Players are well aware of that. They want to go out and stay calm. It's so easy for us to sit up here in the booth and tell you that, but I can relate to you as a player who has been in a situation that you keep saying to yourself over and over, just be calm, let the game take care of itself.
All right, Rick Walker, Timmy Markham looking on. The drive and the Tampa Bay Storm ready to get going in Arena Bowl 93. John Langlow has it teed up. Bobby Bird back to receive for Tampa. Through the net, and they will start up at the 5-yard line. There he is, Jay Gruden. His numbers on the season, 188 of 312 attempts, 2,500 yards and some change. His playoff numbers, impressive, Rick, 463 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he's been picked off twice.
Well, Jay Gruden, again, no stranger to this competition. Back in 1991, he was the Arena Bowl most valuable player when he was 20 of 36, 293 yards and 5 scores.
Jay Gruden out of Louisville. On first down, he hooks up with Eddie Brown along the far side, knocked into the boards, and it will be a first down for Tampa Bay at the 22-yard line.
First and 10, Arizona. The ball spotted at the 23-yard line.
Offensively for the Storm, Bird and Brown, along with Stevie Thomas. He's the deep threat at the wideouts. The fullback is Andre Bowden. He's one of the team captains for Tampa Bay. Up front, it's a big front line, averaging 274 a man. Chickalo, Dalkey, and Joe March. Andre Bowden on the ground. He lowers his shoulder past the 25-yard line, but a flag back at the 22.
Andre Bowden with the carry for Tampa. Penalty marker on the play.
Bowden led the league in rushing with 308 yards. Here the key in this is some differences: holding 8 yards, offsides 3, illegal motion 3 yards, clipping 8 yards, and roughing the passer is 8 yards. The key point in this is to remember that it's a 50-yard field.
Encroachment by the linebacker into the second neutral zone. The penalty is declined. Still second down now, 2nd and 5.
Defensively for Detroit, the front line of Danny Lockett, John Rolk, and James Good. Rolk weighs in at 285. The linebackers, Grannis Bell and Alvin Reddick, Harper, Clark, and McSwain, the defensive backs. 2nd down for Tampa Bay. Back to the air, and up goes Bobby Bird to pull down the pass from Jay Gruden.
Great reception by Bird on that. Went up with the hands the way you like to see receivers do and sucked the pass in.
Bobby Bird played at Miami. He knows all about national championships.
Oh, yeah, 2 times. He was a member of the proud Hurricanes.
Now the officials call time. They'll reset the chains as a first down has now been signaled on the field. Bobby Bird's numbers on the season in the playoff: 9 catches, 86 yards, a couple of touchdowns.
Well, when you're on the opposite side of Stevie Thomas, you're going to get a lot of shots.
Jay Gruden on first down stands up, the ball pops free, and they call it an incomplete pass. Incomplete. Willie Wyatt, 65, has the football, but the official on the scene said no.
Boy, that started off bad from the snap here. Jay Gruden, center of your screen, goes back. Doesn't have a real good setup in there. It looks like the ball's going forward, right in motion. 65, Willie Wyatt would come up with the ball, but it was not to be.
Hey!
2nd down, heavy pressure again. The flip out to Andre Bowden, close to the first down marker at the 7-yard line. Andre Bowden out of Fayetteville. He's a big fullback at 6'2", 238.
Well, he's the best in the game, and what makes him so extraordinary is the fact that he plays the MAC linebacker equally as well. Here we've had 3 or 4 flags right now, Craig, early on in this game. That is tension.
The offense. Still second down.
Trying to get those butterflies settled right now.
You know, even though that Tampa won last week, the yellow flag was a big factor in that game.
Oh, it really was. They had more penalties than you ever want or think that you can have and win. They made so many big plays, and today that could cost them.
The motion man is Bobby Bird. Gruden dumps it across the middle. Bowden, his big target, fumbles the football, bounced right back up in his chest. A lucky bounce for Tampa.
Very good call. Trying to take advantage of the great pass rush by the Detroit drive. Danny Lockett, Rope, James Good. As we take another look here, you be on the defense this time for the drive. Here, Reddick comes in on a Mac blitz. And right there's Bowden right in the center of your screen. He's coming by. Nice breakout. Looks like Harper or Clark got the hand on the ball. But again, sometimes those lucky bounces help.
3rd down 11 from the 19-yard line. And flags fly. James Good, number 98, jumped.
And we talk about the Mac backer. In this league, in arena football, the Mac backer was the predominant rush man. He is usually your biggest inside linebacker. In this case, Alvin Riddick.
To the game clock. 5 seconds, please.
He requested to put 5 seconds back on the game clock. Our officials tonight, the referee is John Sophie, Paul Engelbert, Ed Manning, Dave Chesney, and Perry Paganelli. 3rd down. Tampa Bay. Gruden going for the home run ball. Stevie Thomas tied up inside the 5, and a flag will go down. Michael Clark on coverage for Detroit.
Michael Clark, excellent cover man, led this league in tackles in the 80s. This time, I don't think he quite agrees.
Michael Clark out of Oklahoma State.
Their top receiver, Stevie Thomas, here is trying to run a flag. I mean, that's a strong bump. It's what you want, but not outside the 5-yard area. Want to go back to hard counts, too. You're going to hear a lot of that today where the quarterback, Jay Gruden, I'm sure the same thing will happen when the drive get the ball with Guilford Renfro. We're going to try to take advantage of a hard snap count, a hut, a non-rhythmic count to try to get the defense to jump.
Now, you just jumped a bit, didn't you?
Wasn't as bad as that boom before the game started.
1st down from the 14. The pitch, Bird tries to cut it upfield, and he's tackled down near the 10-yard line.
We'll get to scoring in a second, and a little different once again. A touchdown, 6 points, point after, place kick 1, 2 points for a drop kick, which would be neat to see, and 2 points for a successful run. Field goals, 3 points for the place kick, 4 for a drop kick, and a safety is 2 points.
No punting in
the
this
key
game.
to this game, yeah, you hit it on the head.
No punting.
No punting. But those nets, boy, those nets invariably will become a factor.
You look in the eyes of Jay Gruden. 2nd down. Going up top and overthrows his tight end, Joe March. 3rd down for Tampa Bay. March, a big target out of Murray State, 6'2", 280.
Well, he really is. Top-rated passer in this game. You don't expect to see that wide open receiver.
Let's go right. 33, right trip. 33 pull, wide swing. On freeze, ready? Freeze.
They're going to come back to it this time again and try to get March, the tight end, on a drag.
They load up the left side. Bird, the slot man. Gruden under pressure, tucks it down, and he goes down at the 15. A flag. Willie Wyatt, 65, the first to put a hand on it. Who else?
This is sometimes when it comes to being an advantage to play in your own arena. Looks like we got an offsides on this. Let's see, hold it.
On the offense, personal foul, defense.
Let's take a look, see if we can picked the hole up on his. Gruden again going back, Boughton in, tries to hit, and it's very obvious there, March 99. Boy, wide. Once you let a guy of that size and stature get on your hip, you are a dead man in any league. He's going to have to square up, drop his weight, and I think fatigue may have been a factor on Joe March. Those big guys aren't used to running downfield.
Tim Markham, Larry Kuharich. Kuharich was an assistant when Tampa won Arena Bowl 91. Now it is his team. Markham. So Tampa Bay, 4th down from the 8-yard line. The pitch, Eddie Brown, another flag. He's tripped up at the 5-yard line.
Eddie Brown with a carry.
May have been Brown in on that one.
After the penalty, it was a 1st down.
Number 99 on the offense, still 1st down.
Double hit again for Joe March. Here they're on the power sweep. Brown apparently has the yardage to see if we can see it right there to your right on your screen. March just goes in trying to make a great play, trying to get a score, but this is twice now. He is hurt. Tampa Bay
Took out Kenneth Harper. 1st down from the 17-yard line. Gruden with the quick drop. The timing pattern. Stevie Thomas incomplete. Back on coverage. Rodney McSwain, an all-AFL selection. Oh, he's a good one out of Clemson. He was the top interception man this season. 7 picks for Detroit.
and McSwain too. Coaches are really concerned about him. He has a slight groin injury, so it's quite a testament for that young man to come out under this kind of pressure against one of the best receivers in football in Stevie Thomas and take him one-on-one.
Rodney McSwain, on the season, 40 tackles, the 7 picks. 2nd down, 17.
There's that hard count once again.
Rick, what about it? Little butterflies, a little too aggressive to start this game?
All of the above. Sometimes that happens. You know, they had the ball when you look at possession on this, but they're going to have to translate this into some points.
Well, you talk about points. Tampa Bay averaged 47.5
Sides,
game per
number
season.
44 in the defense, still 2nd down.
And 46.5 in the first 2 games of the playoffs. They put a lot of points on the board. Penalties to this point, 2 against Tampa Bay for 16 yards. Detroit's been flagged 4 for 17.
One thing we talked about in the open is the coaches and their job to get these guys to settle down, and it's a lot easier said than done.
Clock running, 8:12 to play in the first quarter. Gruden. And for the 2nd time, he goes down. James Good, number 98.
This is why Detroit is in their 6th straight Arena Bowl. They play defense. I mean, they know how to get to the passer. You talk to Markham, and that's his #1 objective, to get these big fellas on the quarterback. Again, Gruden back. Boy, March, he's really taking some ribbon. This is just a strong outside rush, just a speed rush. But when you got wheels like that and the offensive lineman doesn't use his feet, you're going to beat him every time.
Clock continues to tick. 10th play, including 6 penalties on this drive. 3rd down from the 22-yard line. Gruden in the pocket, downfield, hooks up with Bird, hops and skips past the 10, down to the 8-yard line.
Bird brought down by Clark.
You know, Bird has shown all season long that once he makes a grab, he can really run with the football. Gruden again goes back, and what I like about the quarterback is not telegraphing too soon. There he turns. Pretty simple play on this, on the out, and there this becomes all athleticism. A guy who just wants to do something with the football.
And guess who was there? Michael Clark.
Hey, no penalty. Wow.
Krzyzewski from the 16-yard line. 24-yard attempt, up and good. Krzyzewski, He is now 3 of 5 in the field goal departments during the playoffs. Tampa Bay strikes first. 3-0 over Detroit. Back after this.
What is me? Gee, that's much bigger.
You think Bigfoot's big? Little Caesar's big cheese is bigger. 2 big pan pizzas with more cheese, more pepperoni, 24 slices, or get a family-sized bucket of spaghetti with meat sauce. So now it's the big bucket or the big cheese with free crazy bread for $8.88 at Little Caesar's.
Pizza.
I didn't think you'd show.
You know why I'm here.
Bring it on.
Magic Johnson's Super Slam Dunk Basketball for Super Nintendo. Now you can rent it at Blockbuster.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Take him down, yo! Yeah, like taking candy from a baby.
What? 2 out of 3, little man.
For the best in video games, make it a Blockbuster night.
Are you ready?
ESPN's presentation of ArenaBowl 93 is brought to you by Little Caesars Pizza, where you always get 2 great pizzas for 1 low price. And by Rydell, the official helmet and protective equipment supplier of the Arena Football League. Back at Joe Louis Arena for Arena Football, the ArenaBowl Championship of 1993. Tampa Bay on top 3-0 after the Krzyzewski field goal. And back to receive the kick is George LaFrance, number 27. A low kick, bounces at the 5. LaFrance 5 yards deep. Follows his blockers past the 15 at the 17-yard line. And the quarterback, Gilbert Renfro. Regular season numbers over 2,600 yards passing, the 34 touchdowns. His playoff numbers, 3 touchdowns, has not thrown an interception. Gilbert Renfro, he's 30 years of age and at Tennessee State. Quick drop, ball batted down at the line of scrimmage, nearly picked off there by Keith Browner. Boy, Browner at 6'6" got up.
Boy, he really, that's what he's there to do. I mean, they know they've got to get some pressure on Gilbert Renfro.
Detroit's offense, the wideouts, Bell, Clark, and LaFrance. And the fullback, he is a load. 230-pounder Broderick Sargent. The front line, Fleming, Rolk, and Wyatt.
And their secret weapon, Tony Burst. Once he gets on the field, number 22, boy, he has done some things throughout this playoffs that has been unparalleled.
6 touchdowns for Tony Burst. He lines up behind Renfro. Oh, he takes a hit, throws the ball, and it's hanging up there, picked off. Ahmad Field takes it and returns it to the 17-yard line. The first turnover in ArenaBowl 93. It belongs to Tampa.
All because of pressure.
The final truckloads of new Nissans are arriving at the grand opening of Ed Martin Nissan. But there's still time to get Nissan quality, Nissan dependability, Nissan value at what may be the lowest prices you'll ever find. Buy your new Nissan right off the truck. Inventory just doesn't get any fresher than that, and prices don't get any lower. Hurry, the grand opening of Ed Martin Nissan on Shadeland ends Monday. Can you buy a new Nissan for the same price after August 31st? No way.
I sure wish they'd get a fence for me. All my buddies have fenced-in yards to play in. All I get's a lousy rope tied to a tree. A dog was meant to roam, not wander around in circles.
Hi, Kevin Roberts from Imperial Fence. Our crew will be out first thing in the morning to put up that new fence of yours. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Make your best friend happy with a quality fence from Imperial Fence. Call for a free
football. They opened this game, Rick, with an 8-minute and 25-second drive. They got 3 minutes off of it. Detroit was not on the field long, and the defense is back at it.
Tampa was sloppy, to say the least. They got to come down and maybe settle down and get some execution.
Ahmad Field lines up in the slot. Gruden hooks up inside the 25-20, stumbles up to the 15-yard line. Tampa Bay on the move. 16-yard pickup. Gruden to Ahmad Field.
Jay Gruden, again, percentage is what's so important for a quarterback, and he's over 60% now as we take a look at the leaders. Gruden there, Renfro 4th in the entire league. The key, 41 touchdowns to 13 INTs. And Renfro just as well, 34 touchdowns to 10 interceptions on his part.
You know, Gruden has been the man the last 2 years, over 5,000 yards. Stevie Thomas broke out of nowhere, and in he goes. And Tampa Bay on top of the home team.
You're on the road. They make a mistake, you put them away. You know, the good coaches will tell you over and over again, boy, you get them down, kick them. Tony Burst here in your screen. There's on a blitz. He comes in, gave some pretty good pressure. The pump got him there. What he does, he comes in, works himself out, and really, I don't want to say fake the defender out. I mean, that looked pretty basic, but it worked.
Stevie Thomas, he cut it back to the boards, and he scores his 4th playoff touchdown. The chip shot by Krzyzewski. And Tampa Bay with 4:04 to play in the quarter. They lead by 10. Back to Joe Louis Arena after this.
You say your eyes are red, irritated, dry? Don't hide them. Help them with Clear Eyes. It gets rid of the redness and has an extra moisturizing ingredient, too. Clear Eyes. And for allergies and colds, Clear Eyes ACR.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Houston from ESPN's Jimmy Houston Outdoors. Every week we show you the beauty of our environment, but let's remember to preserve and protect the only earth that we've got. You can make a world of difference.
4:04 to play in the first quarter. Tim Markham, he has been to a mini ArenaBowl. He has won 4, 3 with Detroit. And you have to wonder, he's down 10.
Well, he's only had 1 shot, 3 plays on offense, so it's really not a time to panic or even to enter that in your mind. What you want to do now is continue to get pressure on Jake Gruden. That time, had it not been for the fake on it, Burst had pretty good pressure, and they just regrouped. One thing we found out throughout this season, there's going to be a lot of points put on the board.
Both teams averaging in that mid-40s range. We're just getting started. Krzyzewski has it teed up. LaFrance deep in his own end zone. Another low line drive kick, and LaFrance tried to put a hand on it. On to 5.
You know, in this game, I'll take a look at the scoring. Again, the key, quick. Sometimes it'll take some time, and they had it for 8 plays the first time. They come out here and they score. Stevie Thomas, 19-yard pass from Gruden. The key on that play was Stevie Thomas ran an excellent in and out. Came down, took the defender in, and brought him back out for a score.
1st and 10 from the 5-yard line. Renfro has yet to complete a pass. He was 0 for 2 on that first drive. They go to the ground. Here's the guy, Burst, number 22. Well, he loves contact, and he drew a crowd. What, 5, 6 white jerseys it took to take down Tony Burst, 235-pounder, Rick. He's a 6-footer. Hey, just like rolling a bowling ball up the field.
No, not an ounce of fat on his body. That time he hurt himself because he hesitated. A guy with his explosion needs to get on the edge and go north-south.
Burst's numbers on the season: 2 touchdowns, 71 yards on the ground. Good average, 3.6 yards. Look at the playoffs, 4.4. Boy, the touchdowns,
that's churning.
5 on the ground. He's had 1 through the air, 6 touchdowns.
They're going to have to establish him real soon.
2nd down 8. Renfro up in that pocket. Flips it. Grannis Bell. He can break it. Midfield of the 25. And he is marked out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 1st down for Detroit. A 19-yard pickup. Renfro to Bell.
Most of these receivers, you know, are somewhat undersized by maybe outdoor standards. Sometimes it can be to your advantage. There's a move right there. I mean, Phil, who's a receiver himself, going, oops, where's he at? There, Grannis Bell, outstanding receiver, clutch receiver for the drive, comes up with a big play.
Boy, Little is right. Bell's at 5'8", 155. He danced around like a gnat, didn't he? Bell in motion. The pitch, Burst off the left side. Big hole. Oh, nice tackle. Ahmad Field, the way to bring a guy down like that, you got to hit him low. And Ahmad Field got him around the ankles, and down goes Tony Burst.
You sound like an old linebacker on that one. Oh. The key, once again, the offensive line did a spectacular job on that because they got under people, created a seam.
Defensively for Tampa, Tony Chickalo, Dennis Dulkey, and Joe March. That's the front 3. They tipped the scale about 274 a man. The linebackers, Burden Bowden. The D-backs, Perkins, Brown, and Corey Dowden. Grannis Bell in motion from the slot. Renfro looking for, oh, reached out, made the grab at the 3-yard line. Extension.
That's just one, two. Those are two guys who are really familiar with one another. This time they go out and make a play. Those dasher boards are tough. You know those dasher boards are there. Their Bell comes out in what is referred to as a yo-yo. He goes back from the line, goes across. He's kind of drifting, reaches out, makes the grab, and there's that dasher board. Only 4 inches thick. I don't like those dasher boards. You know, we go out, we hit those dasher boards before every game, and I say, oh, no.
Well, hard count at the line. No flags. Burst. He is stacked up. May have lost a yard. The hard count again there, Rick. Hut. And he got him.
That's the key. Dowden on this one comes up, makes a great catch. We have witnessed Tony Burst flat run over people. Tampa Bay was determined not to let that happen.
Here's Gilbert Renfro. He is mic'd for this game. A quick huddle. And back to work. Burst on the pitch. What a defensive play. Corey Dowden, untouched, shot the gap and put him down.
Well, it's their best play. You're going up against best on this. Tony Burst has had a spectacular playoff series. They run this quick toss. They're going to get the seam up front. Then they don't get it. Bell misses the block. Dowden comes up. He faces up real well, keeps his feet churning, and makes the play.
3rd down, goal to goal from the 5-yard line. LaFrance, the motion man. And that will end the first quarter. They did not get the ball snapped before the clock and the horn sounded. We played 15 minutes. ArenaBowl 93. And Tampa Bay on top of Detroit by 10.
If you demand more from an aftershave than that same old alcohol burn, you gotta try a brand new aftershave. New Sensitive from Old Spice. It's alcohol-free because alcohol burns. That's why they took it out and put these new cooling sensates in for real refreshment to go with that great scent. It's proof aftershave doesn't have to hurt to work. So use New Sensitive and you might get burned. Take the heat out of aftershave. Demand proof. Try new alcohol-free Sensitive from Old Spice.
Where to find the Mountain Man. A mountain man can often be found on the trail of adventure, in search of remote watering holes, or weathering harsh climates. Most often, however, you'll find the mountain man wherever you find smooth bush beer or easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains and find yourself in the wide, open world of the mountain man.
Hey, that sounds a little different.
He wants all his friends to be out there doing things, to have fun.
He's like a natural athlete.
It's his dream house, so the trampoline, skateboard ramp, he'll probably have a swimming pool there someday.
Just couches all over the living room so people can just crash.
Yeah, he's kind of larger than life in a way. No one else like Anton, kind of psycho and kind of dangerous.
He's just a really nice guy.
That is a blatant lie.
Announcing the biggest advance in Quaker State history. It's Quaker State's new advanced high-tech formula motor oil. It gives your engine superior protection against wear, superior protection against heat and stress, superior cleaning power. Protect your car's engine with new advanced Quaker State motor oil. It's formulated for today's high-tech engines.
This is a new car. I'd be crazy not to use Quaker State.
Second quarter here at Joe Louis Arena, Tampa Bay by 10. Following ArenaBowl 93, racing across America, the Pacific Classic. 6 of the 7 horses in this field, Rick, over $1 million career earnings. 6 o'clock Eastern from Del Mar, California. You'll see it tonight on ESPN. You ever thought about being a jockey?
Well, I've been out to Del Mar a few times. Oh, yeah, that's the old stomping ground.
You got that perfect jockey size.
Oh, yeah, the horse would hate me.
Detroit looking at 3rd down. Renfro, up he goes, and knocked away. Nearly intercepted by Corey Dowden.
Would have been his 3rd big play in a row. We noticed a lot last night how focused the Tampa players were. They were determined not to let LaFrance, this guy on your screen, 27, beat him, or Tony Burst. Here's just a great break on the ball. He goes in and really, we can say shoulda, woulda, coulda, had that football.
Field goal attempt by Detroit, John Langloh. It will be from 21 yards out. Langloh in the playoffs, he is 4 of 5. High snap, good placement. And Langloh breaks the drought for Detroit on the scoreboard from 21 yards out. 14-14 to play in the half. And the Storm lead is down to 7.
What do all these police officers have in common?
My name is Patrolman James New, and I was shot once by Parcell, and I was shot right above the heart.
Every year, more police officers are shot.
Point-blank range.
Yet fewer die, thanks to an innovative DuPont fiber called Kevlar in bullet-resistant vests.
Tina Dillard, and I was shot twice at close range.
Being a police officer is always going to be dangerous, but it doesn't have to be fatal. DuPont, better things for better living.
All your life, there's been a little voice inside your head telling you to get a world-class sports car. Now, that little voice is screaming. Lease the legendary Nissan 300ZX for $1,000 down and $399 a month for 36 months.
ArenaBowl 93, second quarter, and Tampa Bay won it in 91, looking for another ring here in 93. Detroit would like to put a 5th one on the thumb.
It really would, but what's been tough about them is their 2 defeats have come right here in Joe Louis.
One of those to Tampa. A low line drive from Langloh, and they will start up at the 5-yard line. That last scoring drive, 21-yard field goal, Doc, from Langloh. Almost 5 minutes off the clock.
And what you want to do offensively is establish the fact that you can get on the board. Come out and settle it down. I'll keep saying this over and over for at least the first half. Settling guys down. Let them realize it's a normal football game.
Over the shoulder of Jay Gruden. He's off to a 6 of 9 start, 73 yards. A touchdown, also been picked off once. Gruden, a quick drop. Stevie Thomas. Well, he draws the crowd, doesn't he? Up to the 10.
Well, that's good defense. We're watching two clubs that play inspired defense. Whenever you get a star-type receiver catching underneath, you want to tag him. You want to get 2 or 3 people to put some hats on it. When you look at those numbers, 23 touchdowns, 56 receptions, he's a guy you want to pound and discourage him from catching the football. And in the playoffs, when it doesn't get any bigger, 3 touchdowns, they're out of 9 receptions.
He had a touchdown last week against Orlando. The pitch. Eddie Brown. He got a chance to look at the boards that time, didn't he? Past the 20, they'll mark him at the 24-yard line.
I think Kuharich right now thinks he's found something on the edge by going with Brown instead of Bowden, trying to get more speed. There you see Larry Kuharich, a real football guy, comes from a football family, and when you talk to him, doesn't BS you, comes right out and says, we're going to capture that edge, we're going to run the football, and despite this league and where 90% of it is throwing, one of the reasons why they're so successful.
Look at those numbers, too. 21 wins in his second year. Had some Canadian Football League head coaching experience with Calgary and the BC Lions. That time, the long pass incomplete off the hand of Jay Gruden. And
McSwain, that was good defense there. That really was. That was a veteran. You know, if the receiver doesn't look back for the ball, you don't have to look back for the ball. What you do is establish position on this. Here towards the end of the play, there he is right there. Kind of, as they say, incidental contact. But if you're the defender right there, you know you've thrown him off rhythm. Believe me, McSwain knows what he did, and you can get away with it every once in a while. But Larry Kuharich, I don't think he agrees with what we're saying up here.
I got a feeling that sweatshirt's going to come off before the night's over. They fake the pitch. Boy, Detroit came hard. The pressure by Willie Wyatt, that spoiled it. He's trying to set up the screen, but Wyatt was in the backfield after the first half step from Gruden.
Well, pressure. When you look at Danny Lockett, these guys, they've made a living coming in, putting pressure on the quarterback. And sometimes you don't always get a sack, but you get pressure. Go back to Stevie Thomas. Look at the end of this. Here, those hands going out. When a receiver right now is trying to make up for it, he said, hey, man, you got me last play. I like that as an offensive receiver. You know, put some pepper into your game.
A little battle right now between McSwain and Stevie Thomas. Two good ones. Heavy pressure again. Flags come down. Incomplete.
I mean, you're playing for a world championship. There's no reason to leave anything on the field. You go at it, scrap, and kick, and do the whole thing.
Holding, number 69 on the offense. Penalties decline. 4th down.
So Dalkey, the center, number 69, caught for holding.
Really is. He's the perpetrator on this one. Here going up against Wyatt. Wyatt is just fast off the ball. That's a pull down. That's a corral, as you like to say. That's just quick speed. Stevie Thomas again. Man, these guys relentless. He knows right now he's got to get open. Here he looks back, a little frustration. McSwain on the turf again.
Krzyzewski will try a 46-yard field goal. Look at his numbers on the season. It's tough to make 3 in this league. Up and good. 47 yards for Arden Krzyzewski. Well, what a leg. 13-3 Tampa. Back
in the
after
playoffs,
this.
no one's done it better.
Watson's fall preview sale is going on now. 26 all-new slate pool tables on display. Prices as low as $8.99 with free installation and accessories. 6 months, same as cash. Special sale prices on Wolf tanning beds as low as $14.99. Watson's has a huge selection of fireplace gas logs, gas inserts, vent-free gas logs, and vent-free gas fireplaces. 24-inch gas logs now only $99. Get free installation on all remaining above-ground pools. That's Watson's. This is Bob Jenkins for Dave Mason Acura. Old Dave is having a closeout sale here at his Acura dealership just northwest of Lafayette Square, and these are a few examples of the many finance plans being offered. This Vigor is priced at only $319 per month, and this luxurious Legend is only $399 per month. Step up to Acura quality. That Dave Mason Acura, located just northwest of Lafayette Square. But hurry, because Old Dave can only offer these payments this month.
Krzyzewski has to feel pretty good, Rick. Just booted a 47-yard field goal to give Tampa a 10-point lead.
3 of 5 now in the playoffs.
He's 2 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad. Krzyzewski. Boy, high kick. LaFrance deep. Cuts it outside, sheds a blocker down the line, and he slides out of bounds at the 13-yard line.
Boy, old Chicolo got over there, 77. Big defensive lineman trying to chip in.
19-yard return by George LaFrance.
Again, Krzyzewski, you mentioned the field goal, 47, big time on any level. But what it does is really give them some stability. It takes away, which was really an awful series. Yeah, you be the return man on this one, and LaFrance is one of the best in the game. He comes out. It's really important to try to go vertical first, then get outside. He eludes Brown. There's Chicolo right there, 77, about 270 pounds, goes up against the dasher board.
Detroit back on offense. Oh, Renfro went down. Browner broke open the pocket.
Barley be shaken up. This second time so far in this young game that Les Barley has put on some pressure. And that time, I think it surprised him a little bit. May have a little stinger.
Holding his right wrist.
So he's a linebacker. And linebackers, they can't come out of the game, Coach. No, I'm okay. Here, Renfro again drops back. You watch Barley right there to your right. You scream. Browner just comes up the gut, forces him out, and there's Barley. That's the buddy system. Now, when they get back, they'll say, hey, that's my sack. No, it's my sack.
First sack, by the way, for Tampa Bay in the playoffs. The ball dropped in the end zone. Renfro, and it's a touchdown, Tampa.
Boy, Browner get back-to-back. Browner, you talking about being big when it's the time to do it. Browner there, 57 in your screen with the spike. See those big guys with the spikes. Browner starting to have a thunder and lightning defense. This time, Koharic decided to put Browner up there, and it certainly paid off. Again, he's at the nose spot. Barley comes in with that Mac blitz that we talked about earlier. That's just relentless pressure. You just keep coming on defense. You keep coming, and it'll work. Here's send up your screen. Renfro kind of has the ball knocked away right there by Sargent. And there's Browner for the recovery and a little bonus, I would assume.
Krzyzewski will try the point after. Oh, he stuck it up and good. Tampa Bay has quieted this Joe Louis Arena crowd. 9:11 to play in the half. Tampa Bay 20, Detroit 3.
It takes desire and determination to break out of the mold of an average body. Just ask Joe Piscopo.
You know, to break out of the mold, I go to General Nutrition Centers for Cybergenics Phase 1 bodybuilding kit. You get a 56-page training manual and tape, plus 5 state-of-the-art supplements. Hey, it can work for you. Get Phase 1 at GNC and get this T-shirt free. Yeah, I'll give you the shirt off my back. GNC, the authority in sports nutrition products.
Tampa Bay with the lead, 20-3. Second turnover, and the second time Tampa Bay has cashed in for points.
And nobody on Tampa Bay's side is surprised. They expected this.
ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. It's the Braves and the Cubs. 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night, 5 o'clock Pacific. How about the Braves? They have been hot of late. Of course, they got McGriff in that trade. Gant, Justice having a good year. And for the Cubs, there he is, Mark Grace. Tomorrow night, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball.
Everybody likes the Cubs. Atlanta, as you mentioned, they've been noted to come back strong in the second half. But I don't think Bonds and company out in the Golden Gate City will falter.
He is tough. It's amazing what one player who makes some big money will do.
Well, he just got to come up big in the playoffs. If he can do that, he's definitely everybody's hero.
Off the net. LaFrance try to reach out with a hand, pull it back in. They will mark it at the 5, and that's where Detroit will go back to work.
One interesting point on this as well is Les Barley still holding his hand.
Let's listen in to Mr. Renfroe.
Low road, 84 on 2, ready?
Best thing he can say now is just don't panic.
Andre Langley in motion. Renfroe sets up, got a man wide open, overthrows Langley, who came in motion. Flag down at the 4-yard line.
If I can add a line twist or something up front on that, let's get the call. Here again is what you want. Going downfield, that could have been called right there for an illegal chuck downfield. A little too much air on the ball, but they get a shot to pick up some real estate and move forward.
Illegal defense to call a 5-yard penalty and a first down for Detroit now at the 10-yard line. Langley again, the motion man. And he pulls it down, still on his feet at the 20, stumbles up to the 23-yard line. Boy, Renfroe, we saw him a couple of weeks ago. Doc, he has got an arm. He just darts it out there.
Well, you talk about power, and let's give some credit on this one as well, because Bowden comes over second effort. If not, Langley may have taken this to the house. That's that yo-yo formation we talk about, folks. When you go back and you come out with the vertical move, he steps, good catch with the hands, he plucks it, and here's Bowden right there. Really just saved some big real estate.
First down and 10 from the 24-yard line. LaFrance, the motion man, up top he goes.
Bingo.
Touchdown, Detroit. Viva La France. In Detroit, they say. 27-yard touchdown.
Corey Dowden was the victim on that. I think he got caught up in that turf. When you're playing on AstroTurf, boy, sometimes we call them munchkins. They come up out of the ground and just grab you. That time it kind of got him. Renfroe again comes back. They pick up the blitz. Tony Burst comes in well. Look at the power in that arm. Open receiver to the right of your screen. There's Dowden, who's down. And just like this, LaFrance. Now watch the pressure. Offensive line here up front, trying to give him protection. He sits back. Look at all the silver shirts coming in, hats coming in. Stood in on that one. That was all arm.
Langlow. Split the uprights. 7:22 to play in the first half. Arena Bowl 93. Tampa Bay 20. Detroit 10. Back after this.
ESPN2, coming October 1.
Craig Bolerjack, Rick Walker back at Joe Louis Arena. ArenaBowl 93. Tampa Bay leading the Detroit Drive by 10. LaFrance had 13 touchdowns, Doc, in the regular season. He just pulled down his second of the playoffs and a big one. What about Detroit right now? They know how to win. They know how to win, and you said don't panic, and they didn't.
You just don't panic. Langley was the key in that drive, because once you get some of the attention off LaFrance, all of a sudden you start rotating your defense to Langley, who's the hot guy, and LaFrance comes back and beats you. But also the key to this, and let's note what Tampa Bay has been able to do. They put those linebackers in the defensive end. And Barley, that's helped them get a lot of pressure.
Off the post. Who wants it? Jeff Mays, 89, picked up the ball. Oh, it's so tough to pick a ball up off the post. Here's a scoring drive, 2 plays, and LaFrance from Renfro, 27-yard touchdown, a 10-point game.
And again, Langley really was the key on that. Then we talk about receivers, leading receivers here in the league. Tampa Bay's Thomas here with 23 touchdowns out of 56 receptions. LaFrance here, who has 13, but then he's got Langley. He's got a host of talented receivers.
Funky Cooper, the main man this year down in Arizona. MVP. Back across the other way, Stevie Thomas. Gruden was pointing downfield to Ahmad Field, number 80. He was covered up. He went to a secondary receiver. And now look at
those
Thomas.
Two guys. They're going to be going at it all night long. And why wouldn't you? Man, you're playing for an ArenaBowl ring. You're playing for that championship, that cup. I'd expect nothing else from guys in a game of this nature.
Look at Jay Gruden, 6'1", 211-pounder out of Louisville. Boy, 2,500 yards in the regular season.
So consistent, too. I think that's the key word for Jay. You look over the past 3 years, and that is not good news there. 982, Danny Lockett.
He's a man. All AFL was named last night.
Rusher. It really is. Now, what you hope is that, it's a cramp or an ankle or whatever. Knees, it's very, very difficult, because you're going to lose some speed in that. You certainly don't want to endanger a young man's career.
Lockett, 260-pounder out of Arizona. Gruden brings his troops back to the line. Second down, up top he goes. Ahmad Field, incomplete. Well, he was going one-on-one with Kenneth Harper.
He was. Harper with that cast on his arm. That was a tad questionable. 2 guys downfield swatting at each other. But in this league, it's going to happen once again. They will definitely come back. He's got great speed, too, and Harper doesn't have the height on it. Gruden center, he looks, and what he does is run that corner. Great move. Boy, he comes out of the break underneath. That opens up the deep pattern. Ball a little bit too far inside, and he just couldn't get separation. But that corner looked good, though.
Third down conversions. Both teams coming up empty on third down. Flags are down, the pump. And the pass knocked away inside the 15, but a flag. And again, the battle continues with McSwain and Stevie Thomas.
The guys up front, though, what pressure by the drive. They lose their best pass rusher, and they still come out and get some heat.
Violation of the second neutral zone by the linebacker, number 22. 3-yard penalty, still third down.
And we talked about the Mac backer, and that he is the designated rush guy. 2 guys can't come. We had a crisscross 2 plays before, which is illegal in arena football. This time you had 2 backers up in the, quote, the neutral zone rushing, and that's a no-no in this league.
5:40 to play in the half. To the ground, Ahmad Field spins. Gets the first down. The tackle by Andre Langley, number 15.
Ahmad's, his nickname is Deep Heat, and he's a strider. But that time he showed me some more quickness. He had that quick burst to come in. Yeah, a little spurt.
They clocked him at 4.35.
Well, they didn't have his services all season, too. Can you imagine had he been here the entire go?
He lines up. Gruden downfield, hooks up with Jeff Mays, still on his feet. Boy, got the ball past the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. Another first down for Tampa.
One of the best athletes in this league. right there. Mays does so much for him, you know, over 200 pounds, 220. You know, and what you want out of a guy to do a number of different things is, A, get open. That he does. He gets great separation right there. Then he ducks his head, keeps his balance, puts that hand down, and picks up 5 more yards. Can't ask for anything more.
Boy, Michael Clark, the top tackler on this team during the regular season and the playoffs, he just ducked him. Gruden in the pocket. Overthrows Stevie Thomas.
Man has some good hands. He got to put a uniform on it. Maybe they can use him in the second half.
They get to keep that football, by the way. That's quite a keepsake.
It really is. A lot of balls go up in the stands, you know, in this league. And this guy's really pumped up. I still say suit him up in the second half. The key to this play, pressure. You know, Gruden has been under some heat in the first half of this game. And right about there, you see that streaking white helmet come in. And once again, he hits the turf. So you don't get a sack, but you bug the quarterback. You know, you pound on him a little bit.
Boy, Gruden has battled some injuries. Knees, ankles, wrists, and ribs. But he's a player, and down he goes. Incomplete is the call on the heavy pressure by James Good. 6'2", 245. He spent some time with the Lions and the Falcons of the National Football League back in '91.
Well, he came hard. He really did. He usually on the left side. This time he comes up top. That may have thrown him off. That's just great, quick pressure. Both teams playing tricks now defensively. You know, Good out of Oklahoma, 245 pounds and quick.
What's football country?
Yeah, you talking about those Sooners, those Cowboys.
Coming up on the 3-minute mark, left in the second quarter. 3rd down for Tampa Bay. Gruden, good protection. Down the middle, Ahmad Field. Oh, touchdown!
Great catch. Boy, that's why it's a pro. Sometimes guys make it look so simple, but that is very difficult. To make a catch, keep your feet in bounds. Gruden this time drops back and looks right all the way. This time he makes an adjustment on it. He picks him up at the end of the end zone. He lunges out right there, keeps the feet in, both in. That's 6.
Boy, did he have the toes down. He dug up a trench in that turf.
And as a receiver, you go through that drill 1,000 times.
That's what you dream about.
Season. That's what it's all about right there in the big game.
Krzyzewski. Good.
A lot of guys make those catches in pregame warm-ups, but it don't count.
27-10. Tampa Bay back after this.
My ultimate ESPN Sports Center highlight would go something like this. I'm on 3rd. And on the first pitch, I go. I'm stealing home. Everyone's going crazy. My manager, the fans, Dan Patrick. But I'm stealing home. I'm in there. I'm home. And somewhere in Philly, my grandma has one of her spells. Yeah, that's my Sports Center highlight.
And the young lady right there with the glasses on just happens to be Sherry Gruden. That's the wife of Tampa Bay Storm quarterback Jay Gruden. And she's got to be happy about this.
Well,
Doc.
certainly, too. And also, Mr. Chickalo was sitting next to her. His son's up front blocking. That ball is just perfect. And what I like about it, he picked him up at the end of the play. And there, that's just great extension. And look at the reaction, right? Those quarterbacks, especially one who's taken a beating in that last series, goes, okay, that's what it's all about. Now, you watch the guys in the end zone. I don't know what Mays calls that. What is that? Oh, Field at the hop along. He needs to work on his end zone, man. That was not too smooth.
LaFrance. Boy, he hit a wall, and his name is Browner.
Boy, Browner's making a statement today.
Well, the Browner family. Football.
Studs.
Football.
Studs, they really, and they have a little brother. Let's take a look at this again. Here's LaFrance, one of the best in the game, right by your screen, right there, 57. Browner, 270 pounds, 6'6", and with an attitude. Browner said, I've already got my hand figured out for this new ring. 7-play drive. The key was that Detroit really out-executed Tampa on that. They were all over Jay Gruden. That was an ugly drive, but the points is the only thing that matters.
LaFrance swings out of the backfield in motion. He hooks up. Clark. Pass midfield, still on his feet. And he battles for a first down. Tracy Perkins tackled him, but a flag is down back at the 8-yard line. 19-yard hookup.
Flags have somewhat dropped off on this, but boy, he was under a lot of pressure.
Personal foul, number 55 on the defense, roughing the quarterback. Automatic first down. Tack it on.
Boy, Renfro here kind of eludes the pressure, and right there, that's the extra stuff. That's the stuff that hurts you right there. The ball's already gone. You got to think 1,000, 1,002 and back off.
First down from the 8. The penalties, 4 for Tampa for 30, 5 for Detroit for 20 yards. Oh, one-handed grab. What a catch by Langley. Down
Glue
inside
fingers.
the 5-yard line.
Oh, glue fingers. That was real nice. This time they come out real quick, just a little toss, a little flat route. He comes out, extends, makes his sticky fingers, and rolls out. Move the chains.
1 minute warning is coming up. 1:10 to play in the half.
Go! Hut! Hut, hut!
The pitch, Reddick. And the clock will stop with 1 minute to play in the first half. The official will tell each coach how many timeouts he has remaining.
Both teams mirror one another on this, too. They like to run on outside on that edge.
Gilbert Renfro, good size for a quarterback, 6'2", 210. He's 30 years of age. Played at Tennessee State.
Real calm. Yeah. You know, yesterday with all the festivities, the league threw a real big bash last night, and the guy was real calm. The Tampa players were really excited, and they were on edge about this. They really wanted to go after this.
Third down, goal to goal. LaFrance in motion. They fake the pitch. Heavy pressure. Touchdown, Detroit.
Another one of those all-arm throws.
James Good, number 98, in at the tight end spot.
Well, Good really got a chance to redeem himself. He had some penalties early on in the first quarter. This time, you know, it's like a fake toss. You come back out to the tight, shows some hands, man. He reaches out, sucks that ball in. Very good play. But again, give Renfro some credit. We talked about his strong arm early. Look at people all over him. That is pressure, folks. He throws off that back foot. Chickalo there, 77, but he wasn't there quick enough.
Langlow, low snap. Kick is up. And Detroit has cut the lead down to 10. 57 seconds to play in the half. Tampa Bay with a 10-point lead. Well, tomorrow here on ESPN, the Texaco Haviland 200. You'll see it at 2 o'clock Eastern, the dynamic duo. How about Nigel Mansell, Mario Andretti, Emerson Fittipaldi? Emo's got a chance to win the Indy car title this year. Nigel Mansell on top, Raul Roussel, all within a shot at taking the title. You'll see it on ESPN, Texaco Haviland 200.
Should have a speed of 200 miles per hour, 190.
Just an easy Sunday afternoon drive.
Cruise.
Yeah. Fans in Detroit looking for a 5th title for the drive. That scoring drive, Rick, 4 plays, and the 2-yard pass from Renfro to the big guy. Good.
Langley had the key play on that. The
Yeah.
sticky fingers a little flat out. And good pass pro, but he was still a little bit under pressure. I guess Renfro's the kind of guy that, you know, he's a big guy with a strong arm, and that time it paid off for him real well.
Bobby Bird.
Bobby Bird is deep for Tampa Bay. Langlow the kick. Boy, he hangs it up there. 7 yards deep. Here comes Bird. Hops and skips. Boy, that hole closed. Michael Clark came down and shut it down at the 14-yard line.
And he is everywhere.
21-yard return.
Clark led the league in tackles. You know, we talk about these guys going both ways. The Iron Man Award. Barry Wagner was voted as Iron Man of the Year, and these guys make $500 a week. And there's a bonus on this, $750 for the winning team. And so we're not talking about the huge amount of money we hear all week, you know, on the news. But these guys love the game, and they're trying to make a break for themselves.
Gruden's numbers, 118 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and he throws it downfield. The catch. Boy, Bird has been busy in this game. He went to him on that first series.
Well, smart. You know Stevie Thomas is the go-to guy, but if you can try to lull that defense to sleep a little bit, throw to some other people that'll open them up in crunch time, third and fourth quarters.
Total yards, Tampa Bay with 134, Detroit 99. Heavy pressure. Oh, Gruden took a shot from behind. Third time he's gone down.
Well,
how did he get up?
Boy, he was lucky on that one. Great pressure. Again, good. Good scores a touchdown. It makes you play better once you score some points, folks. I can tell you from experience, Gruden drops back right at those knees. Those are the kind that you can usually get hurt. And he's kind of sitting there thinking, what in the world is going on? Big pressure by Detroit.
Let's take a look at how these teams finished, Rick, in the regular season. Of course, the National Conference will take a look. Orlando won the conference at 10-2. Tampa Bay 9-3. Tampa Bay advanced last week by beating the Predators in the semifinal game. In the American Conference, Detroit with the best record, regular season record in Arena Football League history, 11-1. Arizona came on strong. Danny White, who won Coach of the Year honors, 7-5.
Oh, man, and he had the most valuable player, Mr. Cooper, on his side. Great receiver. A lot of enthusiasm right now in Arizona, and rightfully so.
Hey, what the fuck y'all want?
I guess the best way to say about Jay Gruden, he's about as tough as a $2 steak, you know? That guy, man, he takes it every week and keeps coming back.
And the players have unbelievable respect. Talked to him last night at the ArenaBowl. They say Gruden is a guy you got to respect. And a timeout now called by Detroit. And a play like that, Rick, when you get hit, you get shook up, you come back. You come back, and players respect that.
Players don't like to have their quarterbacks hit. But the ones that do get hit and come back up and aren't whining, you just have a genuine respect for. I mean, I played with a guy like that, Joe Theismann. Yeah. Tough as nails. Joe's not the biggest guy to ever play in the NFL, but I guarantee you on Sunday or Monday, he was one of the toughest.
Maybe tough to get out of bed, but he got there.
Yeah, you Joe loved the game. Jay Gruden loves the game. You look at Renfro. These guys want to be the man under the spotlight.
Now, the playoffs, Rick, started up a couple of weeks ago. 8 of the 10 teams made it to the playoff seedings, and here's how they stacked up. Detroit was the top seed at 11-1. Orlando, they're out. Tampa Bay, so 1-3 playing this afternoon for Arena Bowl 93. The Rattlers were in there at number 4, followed by Charlotte, the Rage, Albany, Miami, and the Dallas Texans, 7-8.
When you think of the Texans that came within 4 or 5 points of beating this Detroit team, you see that there was parity in this league. There was some surprises. Miami, the Hooters, came on with Jim Jensen as well.
105 yards for Tampa, 89 for Detroit. Through the air, and the handoff. It's the big fella, Andre Bowden, 238-pounder, tripped up at the 20-yard line.
And we talk about Iron Man football a lot, and there's really only 2 guys, an offensive specialist, wide receiver in the case of the Storm is Stevie Thomas, Jay Gruden, and the kicker. Everybody else goes both ways. And so when you talk about earning your bucks, I mean, you think back, most guys who play football go back to their high school days when they went both ways. And since then, everything has become specialized. Yeah. Well, these guys are specialized to stand on the field, and that's why it's great to see a young man like Barry Wagner of Orlando, who is the ultimate Iron Man. But these teams have, if you look at on the side of the drive, those fullbacks, Tony Burst, you know, and Riddick, these guys go both ways, those big guys, Good, Browner. And it really is something that you appreciate, especially if you ever put on that uniform. You know how tough it is.
There's a competitor, Tim Markham, the head coach of the Drive, his 5th season here in Detroit. He wins tonight, 50 career wins with this franchise. Detroit has 1 timeout remaining. 4th down for Tampa. Quick flip, Bird, and he lunges forward at the 20-yard line. Big 4th down hookup, Gruden to Bird.
Well, you mentioned it early on. He's been going to Bird a lot, and Bird has responded.
Rick, the rules of this game a little bit different from what we know as the outside game, the traditional football. Yeah, it's 50 yards in length, 26 yards wide, 8 players per side. And what makes this game so unique, the goal nets are playable. Unpredictable. You cannot practice what's going to happen.
Well, we saw it a week ago in Orlando and Tampa Bay, and we will see it today, rather, before this afternoon is over. Those nets, man, those balls pounce off. How do you coach a ricochet ball? You just don't. You know, you got to try to hopefully get in a triangular position, you know, 3 or 4 guys and try to read it, but it is very difficult. You see those nets, some of them are pretty tight. You're talking 9 feet by 15, and it's, I mean, we've seen some things that are mind-boggling. I bet you'd be pretty good catching the ball off that.
No way. It's unbelievable how those guys, how they try to play it. Unpredictable. 27 seconds left in the half. First down, Tampa. Gruden up top, got a man.
Bring it back.
But a flag at the 24-yard line.
We're talking about being lassoed down on that one. Save that celebration.
I looked back and I saw the flag come down. Gruden, as any quarterback should, went ahead and threw the football.
You got to do that.
He found Eddie Brown, but it's coming back.
We're talking flagrant.
Holding, number 77 on the offense, 8-yard penalty, still first down.
This time, Tony Chickolo, who's really one of their best offensive linemen, but at heart, he's a defensive guy. Here you watch, top of your screen, Chickolo there to your left, kind of gets that arm hooked on, and then boom, that's WWF right there, baby. She's pulling it down.
Penalties, 5 apiece in this first half, 38 yards for Tampa, 20 marked off against the drive.
None bigger than that, though. That's taking points off the board.
First and 18, 22 seconds left, heavy pressure again, and he underthrows Bobby Bird, incomplete.
Good again, that matchup with Chickolo and Good. They found something there. Here's Tony. He gets beat off the line of scrimmage. If that happens, he could have probably been called on that as well. Once again, Gruden hits the ground under pressure. That's why he's a rough guy. I might have to make that a $1 stake.
Well, he keeps getting hit, and he keeps coming back up. 18 seconds left in the first half of Arena Bowl 93, a 10-point Tampa Bay lead. 27-17. They want more before the halftime. Bird hooks up all alone, lowers his helmet inside the 15, out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
They moved down, but once again, from an offensive standpoint, Detroit really had a lot of pressure on. You're seeing jerseys getting ripped and go. They ought to have tearaways on right now. They get some sacks.
Each team, 1 timeout.
We talk about pressure. Gruden here looks like he's open. Look at that stretch of the jersey. But it's complete. You know, it only counts if you catch him. If not, you move those chains.
It is 3rd down and 1 for Tampa. Jay Gruden has, I'd say understatement, hung in there. Bird in motion, fakes the pitch, stands up in the pocket. He may have to run, fires a dart, incomplete, batted down by Rodney McSwain, and that battle with Stevie Thomas is quieted down just a little bit, but that time McSwain was able to reach out, back the ball down.
It really has, but Jay, that's one when you look at the films on Monday, he'll say that's one he did not want to throw. Here, Joe March down on the field. Again, you always hope, it seems like right now, boy, those knees, when you see him grab it, you just hope that it's not bad. Could be a little exhaustion as well. You know, it's hot down there. These guys have been going, as we mentioned, both ways.
Well, if you look at Tampa Bay's huddle right now, 4 men down on a knee. I see 1 Detroit drive player standing up on his feet.
Here, you can watch the bottom of your screen. You got a big little tug-of-war right there. See, he gets rolled up. The roughest thing in football is when you're standing stationary and someone rolls in or under you.
Blind side.
Then you're out.
You can see it looks like he has a knee brace on to protect that knee, but you get
hit a long way with braces, too. You really have.
You wear them? Did you wear them?
No.
No?
Should have.
Kind of slowed you down a little bit, huh?
Well, you know, the little receiver syndrome. You think you don't want to have those out. I should have had on braces and the whole bit. With 2 knee operations, you're always conscious of it. I think if you grow up, see, these guys now in high school, right? Most high school guys wear braces. You know, in the young days, you know, we just had bands and stuff. You couldn't wear braces. But
Most
really
high
think it's good for
schools,
the game.
most high schools, most colleges won't let you walk on a football field without knee braces.
You're right, and that's good. That's good.
They continue to look at Joe March, number 99, out of Murray State. Total yards in this first half, Tampa Bay 157 yards, Detroit with 99.
Well, they've had the ball a long time and really not capitalized on every advantage they had. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them later on in the second half.
Sunday Night Baseball here on ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. It's McGriff and Grace show, the Braves and the Cubs. 8 o'clock Eastern, only on ESPN. Sunday Night Baseball. We talked about how good the Giants are. I'll tell you, the Braves playing some good baseball right now.
They've been hot. I mean, nobody's been better as of late. But you keep watching. You know, it's tough. Sometimes you'd rather be chasing than to be chased.
Yeah. Takes 3 men to carry big Joe March. There's a look at Joe March, 280 out of Murray State, 26 years of age. 7 seconds left on the first half clock.
This wouldn't be a bad time for a fake.
Krzyzewski will try a 26-yard field goal. Gruden the holder.
That's why I'm in the booth.
Up and good. Krzyzewski with a big first half for Tampa. He's hit from 24, he's hit from 47, and he just hit from 27. Out of Florida, Arden Krzyzewski.
What a contrast from the regular season. You know, we used to see a lot of kicks go wide. We got to see a lot more activity with the nets and the bars. But in the playoffs, I mean, we've only had 2 misses, you know, now in 3 games. So things have really tightened up.
Coming up at halftime, we will have an opportunity to talk with Lou Saban. He has joined the Arena Football League family, a new franchise we'll talk about. He'll be the head coach in Milwaukee. Yeah. Lou Saban.
Mustangs.
Right. That team will join the league in 1994. George LaFrance, 4 seconds on the clock, will return the kick. Krzyzewski off the net. Up the middle comes LaFrance, and he's pulled down, and a flag fly. The flags fly in at the 15. 1 second on the first half game clock.
Usually face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, 8-yard penalty on the defense. The quarter will be extended for 1 on-time down.
Gives you a shot. The toughest thing in football, aside from having your legs rolled up, is be going one way and then have that face mask snatched right here, which is really ugly. Tracy Perkins pulls that on, and every player realizes, man, the significance in that. You don't want to have it happen to you. I don't think it's intentional, but boy, you got to know when you get a hold of that to let off.
Tim Markham has decided to try a field goal. Langloh is in with 1 second left on the first half clock. 42-yard attempt. They'll mark it at the 16. The horn sounds. The kick is up. Off the post, Stevie Thomas. He can return. Flags fly. And Thomas goes down at the 5-yard line. But flags are down inside the 5 at the 3.
That time interference, 5-yard zone, 5-yard area rather, where you're not allowed to get in. You have to give the guy a chance to catch the football.
Penetrate the 5-yard line. If Tampa Bay elects, they have another down.
Only our 3rd missed field goal in the playoff.
The opportunity on the kickers. There will be 1 Play.
This will be an untimed down. The clock shows 00.
Well, the face mask gave him a chance to get the field goal, and now an infraction on the opposite side is going to give Tampa Bay an opportunity to score.
And Krzyzewski, who's had 3 field goals in this first half, will get another shot. 57 yards. It's going to be short now. It's picked up and returned. LaFrance takes it outside, slides out of bounds, and that will end the half. LaFrance.
He broke one. Yeah. Just a year ago. In this very game, he took one the distance to beat the Orlando Predators. So you hate to put yourself in that position because of a dumb move. Cost your team, rather. You surprised? 30-17 at half?
A little bit. Tampa Bay, very potent offensively. Detroit, same way, though. Renfro, the quarterback, has not been as sharp as we've seen him throughout the year.
No, he hasn't, but I like Detroit's defense. And I guarantee you this, sooner or later, if you keep applying that kind of pressure on a quarterback, you're going to get to him. You're going to force him to make a bad play. He had one he threw in the end zone up for grabs. That is not typical of Jay Gruden, but it happened. And that's what happens when you start to get hit.
Also, the kicking game has played a key role. Krzyzewski has looked very sharp. Also, 2 turnovers by Detroit. Tampa Bay turned into touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's the easy score, or cheap score, as you like to refer to it. It was the reason Tampa had an advantage over Orlando a week ago. And it's just a lot to do with football.
30-17 at halftime. Let's talk to head coach Larry Kuharich of Tampa Bay. And, Coach,
yes,
30-17 at half. What do you think?
It's a 30-minute game. Right now, that's not what we're playing. We're playing a 60-minute game, so that's all it is. It's 30 minutes down, 30 to go.
Larry, they put a lot of pressure on you defensively. That's got to have you concerned.
60-minute game. We'll play our game. Naturally, we're concerned. We're playing the 1992 champions, and it's going to be a great challenge.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Head coach Larry Kuharich of Tampa Bay. He walks to the locker room with a 30-17 lead. Back after this.
I didn't think you'd show. You know why I'm here. Bring it on.
Magic Johnson's Super Slam Dunk Basketball for Super Nintendo. Now you can rent it at Blockbuster.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Take him down, take him down, yeah, like taking candy from a baby. What? 2 out of 3, little man.
For the best in video games, make it a Blockbuster night.
Are you ready?
Your teeth aren't flat, are they? Of course not. If they were, a flat brush would be ideal. But since your teeth are shaped like this, we designed our brush like this. Introducing Crest Complete. Your dentist uses special instruments that get between teeth. Crest Complete gets between too, up to 37% farther than the leading flat bristle brush. So to help maintain a dentist clean at home, get new Crest Complete. Only Crest could make a brush this complete.
You say your eyes are red, irritated, dry? Don't hide them. Help them with Clear Eyes. It gets rid of the redness and has an extra moisturizing ingredient, too. Clear Eyes. And for allergies and colds, Clear Eyes ACR.
Salad.
Why aren't you eating the lunch I made you?
I am. These carrots, they're
What about the kayak roll?
Oh, I was saving that for dessert. What is it?
It's what may help keep your cholesterol down. Walter.
I'm here.
It's kayak roll. It's garlic and...
Oh, everybody knows about the benefits of good old garlic.
Yes, and chromium, Walter. 90% of us don't get enough chromium. Do you have something to take it with?
Yeah, water.
You're drinking water?
Really? It's from France.
It's really good for you, and that's a promise.
Well, as Larry Kuharich said, 30 minutes down, 30 minutes to go in ArenaBowl 93. Tampa Bay with a 30-17 lead over Detroit. And Doc, the drive, we talked about this early in the game. Detroit knows how to win. At halftime, Timmy Markham takes his club in. It's not panic time, I would say.
Well, they can't afford to because offensively, they've not had a chance to get on track. Now, give Tampa Bay some credit for that. But what impressed me about Detroit is their defensive pressure. Without their top pass rusher, they've had Jay Gruden on his back.
How about Jay, though? He has stayed in the pocket. He continues to take the licks. He's been a guy that's been beat up all year long. But, boy, he's looked sharp.
Well, again, he's no stranger to being pounded on. He holds the ball a lot longer than most quarterbacks in this league because Tampa Bay runs more crossing routes. That's one thing that differentiates them from the rest of the team.
All right, now last night before this game, a fun time was had by all. ArenaBowl 93 was held in this great town of Detroit, the beautiful Fox Theater in downtown Detroit. Boy, what a very elegant showcase for the ArenaBowl trophy on display for all to see. The executive of the year, there he is, Brian Colangelo, the Arizona Rattlers. The commissioner's trophy went to Bob Grease of Tampa Bay. The coach of the year, the former Dallas Cowboy quarterback, Danny White, and what a great job he did with Arizona this year. Of course, a highlight of the night, Doc, was the all-AFL team. The quarterback, Ben Bennett, Bowden, the running back, Lockett, Fears, and Wise up front. New Solly from Miami, Barry Wagner, Durwood Rockmore, Rodney McSwain, and from Charlotte, their kicker, Mike Black.
Rockmore, boy, played great, too. He really did for Orlando.
Congratulations to all those all-AFL first-teamers. We're at halftime with Tampa Bay on top of Detroit. We'll come back after this.
What is a mountain man's natural environment? Let's explore. A mountain man enjoys peaceful surroundings. A place where gentle winds blow. And the beauty of nature is all about. Only here does the mountain man find true happiness with a smooth bush beer or an easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains and find out how the true mountain man can make any environment a more natural one.
The secret to a strong finish is endurance. Introducing High Endurance, new from Old Spice. A breakthrough deodorant that doesn't wear out like the other guys. Here's proof. This is a day's worth of our deodorant. See how it outlasts the leading stick even after 24 hours? Now that's endurance. For the longest lasting, hardest working, the best deodorant stick, demand proof. Get new High Endurance from Old Spice. You won't go far without it.
Back to school shopping.
Oh, perfect. Too shiny.
Perfect.
Too plaid. No way.
You look like a perfect little gentleman. Gentleman?
Don't make that face at me.
Ma, now can we go to Foot Locker?
For back-to-school shopping, that's perfect. Get over to Foot Locker today.
Is this fresh or what? Like a perfect little gentleman? Whoa!
Back-to-school shopping at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Did you tell him to say that?
Not me.
Only 2 players remain, with the winner's check still unclaimed. The title is on the line. See the final of the Volvo International tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern on ESPN.
Back at Joe Louis Arena for ArenaBowl 93. Tampa Bay leading Detroit by a score of 30-17. Craig Bowler-Jack, Rick Walker alongside tonight. Now, the Arena Football League announced expansion yesterday. They will have a franchise in Las Vegas beginning in 1994. They will also have a new franchise in Milwaukee. And that team will be called the Milwaukee Mustangs. And that is the new logo debuting tonight here on ESPN. And the head coach, known by all through the game of football, there he is, Lou Saban. And Lou, you have been in every aspect of football. Now you're going to Arena Football. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you very much, Greg. I've enjoyed it tremendously, and like old coaches, they never die. They just have more timeouts, that's all. But I've had fun in every facet of the business, and I continue to do it as long as I'm available, and also at the same time, as long as I can get the job done. And I'm pleased to be with Mr. Velazzi and the Milwaukee Mustangs. They're a fine operation.
Lou, what's it take to put a new team together? You not only do you just come in as the new head coach, coaches do that all the time in this game, but you're starting from scratch. You're going to build this team from one brick at a time.
Well, I got to get myself a coaching staff. That's number one. And you need a special type of youngster to play this game. He's got to be able to have speed, quickness, and agility, and able to withstand pain, as you can see. It's a totally different game. It's a throwback to when I played 100 years ago. So they've got to have all the qualities to withstand the punishment they've gone through. It's a very exciting game, and it's just going to grow year after year.
Lou, you have been involved in many aspects, the NFL, the major leagues in baseball. Why do you come over to the Arena Football League?
Well, really, it was available to me, and of course, when Mr. Velocity asked me to go ahead and take the club, I was more than happy to do so. And I enjoyed the game. I spent a year, as you recall, back with the Tampa Bay Storms a year ago, and I enjoyed that. I remember the first game, I think 100-some points were scored, and I said, I've never had that many points scored, and I can remember. But I like what I do. I enjoy what I do, and the good Lord has given me some more time, so I'm going to use it the best way I know how.
All right, Lou Saban, best of luck, and thanks for coming by. The Milwaukee Mustangs.
Exactly right, and don't forget it, Milwaukee Mustangs.
All right, thank you, Lou Saban. We're at halftime. Back after this, Tampa Bay leading Detroit by 13.
Bowflex Power Pro outperforms Solaflex and Nordic Flex, and we can show you how. Call this toll-free number now, and we'll send our head-to-head comparison video absolutely free. You'll see why the Bowflex cable pulley system can give you better results than Solaflex or Nordic Flex. You'll see how your workouts with Bowflex can be 27% faster than Nordic Flex and 46% faster than Solaflex. Bowflex is more versatile. It comes with a lifetime warranty, and it's simply a better value for you. Sound interesting? Call now, and you'll also receive this fact-filled brochure that details the quality, performance, and convenience that only Bowflex can deliver. Go ahead. Call and make your own comparison. The time and money you save will be worth it.
ESPN 2 coming October 1.
Tampa Bay with a 13-point lead here at halftime. ArenaBowl 93, Craig Bullerjack and Rick Walker. Hey, Lou Saban, he wants to play some football.
Yeah. Blast from the past with Lou Saban, boy. And, you know, he's an offensive guy at heart, so I think it'll be exciting for the fans in Milwaukee.
Tampa Bay taking advantage of Detroit turnovers in this first half. Detroit turned it over twice. They were able to score 14 points.
Well, that's the key to any football game, is who's going to make the mistakes. Here, Renfro has an opportunity to just get the football, man. You just want to go in and secure it. Browner comes in. Browner's had half a dozen great plays in the first half.
And we have said this many times, Detroit, they know how to win. 4 ArenaBowl titles is proof of that, and they come back, they don't panic, and they come up with a big play.
They had several people that contributed on this drive, but to go to the money, man, you know, George, he's been the guy that's done things for him, France, all season long.
George,
from this angle,
Vive la France.
Vive la France. You watch Renfro. You talk about a strong arm. There, under pressure, gets that bad boy about 25 yards downfield, touchdown drive.
In the locker room right now, Timmy Markham having a little chat as we look at the first half stats. First downs, Tampa Bay, Rick, 10-8. The passing or rushing yards really have not played a factor, 25-10. Look at the passing yard. Gruden has really had a great first half.
He really hasn't been under a lot of pressure, but Detroit with the 2 turnovers, that's the difference in the ball game. I still like Detroit's pressure on Jay Gruden, though. That could have a real lasting effect on him.
The Tampa Bay Storm, the Detroit drive, back on the football field. Second half action coming up next. ArenaBowl 93 after this.
What is big?
That's much bigger.
You think Bigfoot's big? Little Caesar's big cheese is bigger. 2 big pan pizzas with more cheese, more pepperoni, 24 slices, or get a family-sized bucket of spaghetti with meat sauce. So now it's the big bucket or the big cheese with free crazy bread for $8.88 at Little Caesar's.
Pizza. Every season is more of a physical challenge, but after 26 years in the majors, I've learned to take care of myself. Like now, when my muscles are sore, I take Advil. Just a couple of Advil, and I'm ready to go another 9 innings. To last as long as I have, you got to stick with what works.
Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Let's get ready to rumble with boxing bloopers and KOs and ESPN home video. Filled with super knockouts, blooper knockouts, and heavyweight standouts.
A winner by a knockout.
This video is just marvelous. So call now and order boxing bloopers and KOs.
My ultimate ESPN Sports Center highlight would go something like this. I'm on third, and on the first pitch, I go. I'm stealing home. Everyone's going crazy. My manager, the fans, and Patrick. But I'm stealing home. I'm in there. I'm home. And somewhere in Philly, my grandma has one of her spells. Yeah, that's my Sports Center highlight.
Moments away from the third quarter of ArenaBowl 93. Tampa Bay leading Detroit 37-17. Drive head coach Timmy Markham joins us now. And coach, the 2 turnovers in the first half, it cost you 14 points. How do you fix that at the half?
Well, you ask them not to do that. I guess. I don't know. You know, ball hit the fullback, looked like to me. But anyway, you know what we've got to do is, you know, we're 13 down. We have the extra possession this time. We've got to take the ball, take it, put it in the hole, fight our tails off somewhere down the line. You know, we've been here before. Hopefully we can match them touchdown for touchdown and get that last one, kick the extra point and win by 1.
Tim, this is Doc. He had good pressure defensively, but Tony Burst was no factor on the offensive side. Can you remedy that in the second half?
Well, we may give the ball to Tony. I think, you know, they're pressing us at the line of scrimmage. I think they're trying to take him away in the running game. Well, we may have to throw a draw in there or a screen or something to get the ball to him.
All right, Tim.
Thanks, Coach.
Tim, thank you. Tim Markin, head coach of Detroit. 15 minutes on the clock, third quarter ready to go. 30-17, Tampa Bay on top of Detroit. A look inside that Tampa huddle over the shoulder of Dalkey.
Now the finality of this whole event starts to set in. I mean, you realize now that there's going to be no second chance. 30 minutes, you either come out and execute and start sending in your measurements for a new ring, or you sit home the whole offseason and talk about what woulda, shoulda, and coulda happened.
Detroit will get the football to start the third quarter. Important drive for Detroit.
I like the way you said that. It really is. You know, and again, we've said this at least 15 times so far. This team knows how to win. They're no strangers to championship competition. You just got to believe in the fundamentals that got you here.
Arden Shevchevsky with the kick. Boy, he got his leg around on that. LaFrance has trouble. And kicked out of bounds by Grannis Bell. Detroit will start at the 5-yard line. And Gilbert Renfro, Doc, the quarterback, he's got to step it up.
He really does. And we talked about the confidence. He was real cool last night as you look at those numbers on that. 10 attempts, 7 completions, 97 yards, 1 interception, which hurt him, 2 scores. But it's a mental thing right now. He just has not exuded that confidence that you'd like to see a quarterback have. On the other side, Gruden and company, they were almost a little cocky, that athletic arrogance, as you like to say.
First down from the 5, and they go to the money man. LaFrance turns it upfield, fights his way past the 20 at the 21-yard line. That's the way to start a drive. You go to the guy. LaFrance, 16-yard pickup.
Langley was really his favorite target in the first half. Here you talk about that loop motion. They come all the way from one side of the field to the other. That gets you on your heels as a defensive back. He settles up, catches the ball, now goes north-south. I like to see guys drop that shoulder and try to fight for that extra yard.
Grannis Bell, the motion man. Here comes Burst. And he rumbles up near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him just short and 2 yards shy of a first down. Gilbert Renfro and the drive mixing up the pass and run.
Tony Burst a little upset last night at the award ceremony that he didn't pick up any hardware. So I said, hey, come out and prove something today. He had a lackluster first half. This is a good step in the right direction.
Tony Burse and a Middle Tennessee State 6-footer, 235 pounds.
Nice time for a draw right now, Craig.
The hard count, the pitch, the flags are down. Burse, oh, he likes to dish out the hits. Boy, he lowered the shoulder and says, come get me. And Eddie Brown said, I don't know.
You know, he starts to pick on defensive backs. That's been his forte. But he's a whole new back in the second half. It looks like he has his confidence now and is determined to be a factor.
Offsides, number 87 on the defense. Penalties declined. The run made a first down.
Another benefit of the hard snap count. That's going to happen. You're going to get teams defensively that rush the passer well.
Andre Bowden, he fills out that number 87.
Notice how he's up on the defensive end spot, too. That's a new wrinkle.
Quick drop. On his knees. LaFrance inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. They'll be 3 yards shy of the first. George LaFrance.
You know, one thing in this game that makes it unique is we talk about the yo-yo, or they call it ripper. There's a number of different things. It brings one guy from the opposite side of the field, keeps him in perpetual motion, and it's very difficult to get a bump on that guy if you're the defender, and consequently, most times you see him open, especially on the short stuff.
The drive, driving. Had to get that in tonight.
Kind of hard not to.
They fake the pitch. Gilbert knocked down inside the 5.
Bird. Great play.
Well, he was flying through the air, got up. The intended receiver was Grannis Bell. But Bird with the defensive play.
You still don't want to see Renfro. You don't want him to lose his patience right now. You know, you're not going to get it all back in one series. You like to see him come down and be a little more patient. That time he gambled. It could have cost him big time.
Grannis Bell on a West Virginia little guy, Doc, 5'8", 155.
Yeah, I saw him, met him rather when he was with the Skins, and very, very impressive with what he can do after the catch.
3rd down from the 9. Burse gets the call. Look at the guy go. Keeps the legs churning. Close to the first down marker. He'll be shy. A 4th down for Detroit.
A little wolfing going on right now. 2 fullbacks, Burse
and Bowden.
Two studs on this field. And Burse has got something to prove. He talked a real good game last night. And so far, you know, some guys will come in, you know, with the bark of a Great Dane and the bite of a Chihuahua. And that's what you don't want to have happen to you. You know, if you're going to talk it, you got to come out and back it up.
You better bite, huh?
Well, you got to do something. Chihuahua, that's right.
Gonna nip at you, right? Nip.
No, he's a pit bull. He really is. And I think now he's out to show everybody watching that he's going to hit pay dirt.
4th and 1. Flags come down.
It's close.
Delay a game.
Worst penalty in football for a coach to see his offense.
Who do you blame, Doc? Who do you blame?
Committee. Goes by committee.
25-second clock expired before the snap. It'll be a 3-yard penalty. It'll still be 4th down.
Well, instead of 4th and just a half a foot, you got 4th and 3 yards and a half a foot.
Well, Markham calls the plays. You know, a week ago in the Predators game, we were able to note that if a quarterback calls his own plays, that doesn't happen as often at all because he's got the tempo and he can be able to go out and make it happen.
Burse comes off. Sargent is the fullback. LaFrance, the motion man. Through his hands. That time, maybe a little too much on that pass.
That's an understatement.
We talked to Renfro yesterday. He said, yeah, I do have a problem with the touch pass. He has an arm, hard to lay off sometimes.
He's got a cannon, and that time, you know, when you try to get it in or force it or aim the ball, that can happen.
Volvo International Tennis Finals tomorrow here on ESPN. The number 4 seed, Peter Korda, will take on the number 10 seed, Andre Agassi or Medvedev. You'll see it here on ESPN. And to the ground goes Tampa. Eddie Brown from Michigan State. Boy, Gruden's numbers in the first half, Doc, 154 yards. He was 13 of 24, a couple of touchdowns. And how about the big 0 for INTs?
As often as he was hit, that's a remarkable stat. It really was. He threw a couple up for grabs, which is uncharacteristic of Jay, because he waits to try to get that deep route. Let's see in this half if he shortens things up.
Second down 3. Back to the grounds. Andre Bowden. He tried to cut it outside, stopped on a dime, went back upfield and picked up 2 extra yards.
Good news for Detroit is that Danny Lockett is on the field. Kind of limping there.
They're going to bring the chains across. Across the field they come to measure this one.
12,989 people in Joe Louis today for this championship game. And I think Tigers playing today too. That's pretty good.
Let's go. Let's go. Left trip, Zorro. 32 stack. On hike. Ready? Wide go. Wide go. Sting it. Inside release.
They're going back with a 3-step drop on this again and still trying to work at tight end on the opposite side. In this case, it's Browner.
And Bird, the yo-yo man, up and back and almost picked off at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, Flint Fleming.
That would
have been the play of his life, a career. Big guy to come up and snag a pass like that.
Flint Fleming, 6'3", 260, and a North Dakota State.
Well, it's your job as the offensive lineman to get his feet down. I think that time Chicolo on that side, he's coached to go out at those knees and make him put the hands down. If it doesn't happen, those are the results.
Flint Fleming, 28 years of age. Timeout on the field, 8:59 to play in the third quarter. ArenaBowl 93 from Joe Louis Arena, and Tampa Bay leading Detroit.
I didn't think you'd show.
You know why I'm here.
Comedy, drama, science fiction.
You know the deal.
All right. Bring it on.
Magic Johnson Super Slam Dunk Basketball for Super Nintendo. Now you can rent it at Blockbuster. It's pure magic.
Oh, God, we're gonna see what you're about. I invented this game. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yes! And again! Go! Yes! Yes! Take him down, take him down! Yeah, like taking candy from a baby.
What? 2 out of 3, little man?
For the best in video games, make it a blockbuster night.
ESPN's presentation of ArenaBowl 93 is brought to you by Blockbuster Video. Only Blockbuster Video gives you so many movies, so many ways to make every night a blockbuster night. 8:59 to play, third quarter. Craig Bowler-Jack and Rick Walker at ArenaBowl 93, Joe Louis Arena, the Motor City of Detroit. Second down for Gruden, out of the backfield. Bowden. Got the first down for Tampa. Bowden out of Fayetteville.
That's a tough catch to make when a quarterback gives you like a little rainbow pet. You know you're going to get hit, and you've got to focus on that ball. Gruden kind of flicks it out. He goes up, kind of gets a look at Grannis Bell. Bell goes after those ankles. That's all you can do when a 238-pounder comes at you.
25 years. Well, you know he's right there, too, don't you? When you come down, you know that D-back's ready.
You know he's there.
Yeah.
You hope he's not, but you know he's there.
On the ground now is Bowden. Named to that all-AFL team last night at the ArenaBowl here in Detroit. Last week, busy man, 11 rushes, 38 yards against Orlando, and a touchdown. Look at
this. He's the best in the game. He really is. And unlike a lot of teams, Tampa likes to run short side. This time, Chicolo was on that on that side. They run into those dasher boards and try to catch you off guard. Playoff stats, a couple scores, and has played both ways. He played really well at the Mac linebacker spot. Second down for Gruden. Pumps, looking downfield. Picks up Bird inside the 10-yard line at the 9. He'll be short of the first down. But again, Gruden paid the price with the pump. Detroit kept coming. And guess who was back there? Lockett. Well, he's the best they have. And one thing I've noticed that more guys really grabbing their knees. Here on the replay, goes after Lockett's knees. That's Browner, or 87, Bowden. He doesn't quite get to him, and he gets a shot on your quarterback. Jay Gruden, once again, stays in under pressure and completes the pass. Lockett, by the way, on that left knee, he put a knee brace on at halftime. Hadn't slowed him down much. Under 7 minutes to play, third quarter. Bird, halfback option. They go right, they come back left. Browner. Oh, man. Browner might be sizing himself up for MVP. Oh, the tight end. Man, on the throwback. Now, Browner predominantly has been an outstanding guy on the defensive side. Browner, notice about the 4th time they've run that play. They get the defense off balance. He sets up. Those are pretty tight spiral. Browner goes up, makes the grab, gets 1 foot in. Well, for a big guy, that takes a lot of doing. That takes a lot. It really does. His brothers will never get the end of that. He'll be talking so much junk to Joey, those guys now. First touchdown of the playoffs for Browner. 6'6", 270 on a USC. It's the only thing about Keith that I'd have to kind of nudge him about. He went to USC. UCLA man, huh? Well, I know. And nobody's perfect. Here's the call.
Dead ball. False start. Oh.
How about the pass, though, Rick, from Bird? The flow went right, and everybody went.
Well, watch it there. Great pursuit, and these are things you do against defenses that go up. But look at that. He leaps out, makes the grab, and finds out where he's at and gets that big foot in bounds. Not easy to do for a lineman.
Krzyzewski. Perfect tonight. And the lead is now 20. Tampa Bay 37, Detroit 17. 6:05 to play in the quarter.
Introducing the $5,000 Super Spa Package. A package so complete, the only thing missing is you. This package includes power pack, cover, custom plumbing, jets, chemicals, and more. And now, the best attribute of all. For a limited time, you can own a $5,000 Super Spa Package for just $19.95. $19.95. But only at Watson's.
Pendleton Pike at Oak Landon.
The final truckloads of new Nissans are arriving at the grand opening of Ed Martin Nissan. But there's still time to get Nissan quality, Nissan dependability, Nissan value at what may be the lowest prices you'll ever find. Buy your new Nissan right off the truck. Inventory just doesn't get any fresher than that, and prices don't get any lower. Hurry, the grand opening of Ed Martin Nissan on Shadeland ends Monday. Can you buy a new Nissan for the same price after August 31st? No way.
3-point lead for Tampa Bay as you look over the shoulder of Arden Krzyzewski. Teed up. Good kick off the net. Takes a wild bounce. Bell 2 yards deep. And Ahmad Field. Good special team coverage. Knocks him down at the 8-yard line.
Ahmad has been one of the keys. He really has. Larry Kuharich made that point to us last week. Browner with a 9-yard touchdown reception from Bird. Not Jay Gruden, but from Bird on the option. And it was a solid drive. Really was. They went back to establishing the ground attack. Bowden on the ground. Picked up a lot of yards, and that was probably their best series of the game.
Gilbert Renfro, 9 of 14, 122 yards. LaFrance got a big start. Going up top. And flags fly, but another flag was down at the snap. On coverage was Eddie Brown.
Toughest thing about that motion is that the receiver, unless he's really conscious, will jump the gun and go off sides. And you watch down at the bottom of your screen, LaFrance, he's kind of easing up on it, but as you'll notice, the ball just snapped. He's almost 3 yards downfield. That's the first infraction. Now he comes out on it, puts a nice little wrinkle at the end on Dowd. Now he plays the ball real well as the receiver goes out for it. May have had it. Bowden gets on his back prematurely. Another flag.
Pass interference on the defense. The 8-yard penalty, which is the more severe of the two penalties, will be assessed. It'll be automatic first down.
So they'll mark off 8 and also get the first down. Following ArenaBowl 93, coming up tonight on ESPN, racing across America, the Pacific Classic. It starts up at 6 o'clock Eastern. The length of the track, 1.25 miles. $1 million guaranteed purse, and 6 of those 7 horses, they won over $1 million in their career. First and 10, Renfro.
Nice, he got Bell.
All alone in the corner, touchdown Detroit.
He got it. Boy, that was one where he just never broke stride. Look at that throw. And that's a toss.
34-yard toss from Renfro.
Some guys, that'd be a bomb. For Renfro in his arm, that's a toss. Again, we talk about the benefits of that motion. He never breaks stride. Grannis Bell right here, good little hit move right there. And he caught Field flat-footed. And then he just accelerates, makes a nice burst to the ball, brings it in, and watch those feet. That's a drill again he's done 1,000 times for the score.
Laying low with a point after. It's a chip shot, up and good. Detroit, important drive. They answer back. Renfro to Bell. 37-24. Back after this.
Lisa's great, but there's something about Sharon. Sharon's okay. Lisa, whew, what a knockout.
Why is the grass always greener on the other side?
You lucky dog. Lucky dog.
Why ask why? Try a less filling beer with a lot more taste. Bud Dry. It's one thing.
Nice.
That's beyond question.
What that touchdown did, Rick, got the crowd back in this football game, nearly 13,000.
Well, momentum has no friends, so it just goes to whoever scores, and right now is back in that powder blue.
One play, 42 yards. And
they're taking any way they can get it. They really can. Execution is the key, and that time they did a really good job. They got a penalty that worked out for them, but they made the play.
Laying low. Through the net. And it will be coming back to the 5-yard line. Comes out. No chance. You take the ball out of Stevie Thomas's hands, he can't hurt you.
Well, you know, Thomas has not had the impact that I think either of us thought he would have in this game so far.
Let's go. Let's go left. Left. 59. X on. Y out. On height. Ready? Yeah.
And Ahmad Field is the man we want to keep an eye on this, number 80. Got a big score last week with 45 yards.
Crowd continues to stand. Gruden up top. Field down the middle. Throws in traffic and picked off. Rodney McSwain. Still on his feet. And finally knocked out of bounds at the 24-yard line. The ball hung.
Well, he wanted to go to Field all the way. And unfortunately, there's been an isolation on Field here. Gets off the ball, which is really important. Now you'd like to see him go a little more vertical. He's striding out. McSwain, and what happens is the quarterback didn't look him off. That's one time Jay can say, hey, that's mine. There he has great athleticism, holds on, and now starts to work his way back upfield. Gruden's kind of hoping on that. That's when those quarterbacks throw it up and hope that it comes in the right hands.
Third interception of the playoffs for Rodney McSwain. Clark, the receiver,
bumped out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Momentum in the last minute and a half. Whoa, what a switch. Baby Blue, once again, I like the ground attack. I really do. I think when you've got a lead and you've got a team that's geared towards getting on the edge, that you try to work yourself some yardage. They went for the big one. Second down short. Downfield, flags down, LaFrance. Corey Doughton gambled. Boy, this place to go berserk. He was against the drive. And they have an offensive push here. Again, Langley in motion. This time he kind of tried to stutter out, and they're trying to get a pick, which is illegal, but offenses try to do it with the body. Nice throwing those hands up like, hey, who, me? And they're called for it.
Well, Michael Clark broke free, but LaFrance was the man that came in to bring it back.
Renfro drops back. Kind of looks over this time, kind of tries to give you a look off, throws nice strike. Corey Doughton gambles. I just don't think at this point you gamble. You're up, you play sound, force him to kick a field goal.
A loss of down, so 3rd and 7 for Detroit. Incomplete. Andre Langley sniffing around the goal line.
Once again, the beauty of this league. Ahmad Field, who was intercepted early, now he gets to come back on defense. Langley runs the post. Ahmad Field is trailing. Look at this. Watch him close that gap. Close that gap, extends the body, and really went to block the pass. And had he gone to catch it like a receiver, he may have had an interception.
Out of Montclair State, 6'2", 195. Field goal attempt now by Langloh. 37-yard attempt. Kick is up. Bangs it off the net. Stevie Thomas. Stops and goes. Pony burst. Hit him up high and, boy, knocked him straight down at the 6-yard line.
We will come back to this one. They really squandered an opportunity to get some points.
What do all these police officers have in common?
My name is Patrolman James New, and I was shot once Bob Parcell, and I was shot right above the heart.
Every year, more police officers are shot.
Point-blank range.
Yet fewer die, thanks to an innovative DuPont fiber called Kevlar in bullet-resistant vests.
Tina Dillard, and I was shot twice at close range.
Being a police officer is always going to be dangerous, but it doesn't have to be fatal. DuPont, better things for better living.
All right, Doc, you said before we went to break, an opportunity.
Well, you just can't
washes
afford,
away.
You're at home, you get an interception, you have Gruden possibly doubting yourself, you've got to at least get 3. You know, you just can't afford to have that happen. Look at his numbers again. The numbers don't tell you, folks, how often he's been hit. He stood under pressure and shown why, you know, he's in the upper echelon of quarterbacks in arena football. 3 times down the road, he's led the league in percentage passing.
His 2-year total is very impressive, over 5,000 yards.
Right.
And remember, this field is 50 yards. Les Barley weaves his way through the drive secondary, past the 15, a first down at the 17-yard line.
Les Barley has played some good defense today as well. Been rushing the quarterback, and you look at his numbers, 73 yards, averaging 3.3, had a couple scores on the year. That is the best run so far this evening, and the best 3 runners in the league are on this field.
Les Barley on a Winston-Salem. Back to Barley. He'll try the right side. He's got a lane and takes a shot in the back. Down he goes. And close to another first down. Under a minute now left to play in the 3rd quarter. And they'll move the chains. First down for Tampa Bay.
Works right to the left. Let's try it to the right. The guys up front. Watts doing a good job on that. 55, those offensive linemen for the Storm, you know, fatigue will become a factor shortly. You're so excited, so much adrenaline. You're playing in a nationally televised game for all the marbles, and it takes the stamina.
Wes Barley has ripped off 20 yards on 2 straight carries. Back to the air. Stevie Thomas, he's ridden down by his good friend, Rodney McSwain.
Yeah, those two they've been after each other for quite a while.
Clock running down. Craig Bowler-Jack and Rick Doc Walker here at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. Arena Bowl 93. And right now looks like Jake Gruden will let the clock tick away to end this third quarter. 15 minutes to play.
Best feeling in the world when you're up right now and you know that you're just 1 quarter away from a ring.
Announcing the biggest advance in Quaker State history. It's Quaker State's new advanced high-tech formula motor oil. It gives your engine superior protection against wear, superior protection against heat and stress, superior cleaning power. Protect your car's engine with new advanced Quaker State motor oil. It's formulated for today's high-tech engines.
This is a new car. I'd be crazy not to use Quaker State.
I was an assistant service manager at a car dealership. It's just a really stressful, thankless job. I hated it. I looked around and I said, I just don't want to live like this. I just quit. I think something everybody should do once in a while. My name is Fletcher and I work as little as possible.
Demand more from an aftershave than that same old alcohol burn. You gotta try a brand new aftershave. New Sensitive from Old Spice. It's alcohol-free because alcohol burns. That's why they took it out and put these new cooling sensates in for real refreshment to go with that great scent. It's proof aftershave doesn't have to hurt to work. So use New Sensitive and you might get burned. Take the heat out of aftershave. Demand proof. Try new alcohol-free Sensitive from Old Spice.
It takes desire and determination to break out of the mold of an average body. Just ask Joe Piscopo.
You know, to break out of the mold, I go to General Nutrition Centers for Cybergenics Phase 1 bodybuilding kit. You get a 56-page training manual and tape, plus 5 state-of-the-art supplements. Hey, it can work for you. Get Phase 1 at GNC and get this T-shirt free. Yeah, I'll give you the shirt off my back. GNC, the authority in sports nutrition products.
15 minutes to play. Arena Bowl 93. And Rick, Tampa Bay, very impressive on the road last week. A semifinal win at Orlando. 15 minutes to go here.
Well, they weren't in awe of coming to Joe Louis, that's for sure.
Tampa on the ground. Eddie Brown.
Eddie's been active. He really has. He's been all over the field. He's thrown for a touchdown. He's caught several passes. Been playing a heck of a game in the secondary.
Out of Michigan State. To pick up 3 on the pitch. Second down 7 from the 7-yard line. Gruden looking outside and reaching in for 6. Eddie Brown.
Very well done. When you talk about a timing route, throwing a flat route, those are not that easy to hit. Gruden this time drops back, and you watch a flare, and coaches coach it for years. He goes out, gets those hands on the ball, sees that cone, extends the body, goes out and gets the score.
And how, again, though, Rick, the pressure, Gruden stands right up there.
Took another hit.
Makes the pop and throws for 6.
He's in double digits in terms of hits, but that's what it's all about. There, Brown sucks it in, makes a score.
Krzyzewski. Boy, he has been hot. 13:31 to play, and Tampa Bay by 20.
All your life, there's been a little voice inside your head telling you to get a world-class sports car. Now, that little voice is screaming. Lease the legendary Nissan 300ZX for $1,000 down and $399 a month for 36 months.
We're gonna have to bail.
What about the Bud Light?
No time. There's only one left. You take it. I'll never forget you.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
It's all mine.
ESPN's presentation of Arena Bowl 93 is brought to you by Rydell, the official helmet and protective equipment supplier of the Arena Football League. And by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. 13:31 to play here at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. 44-24 Tampa Bay. And the kick hits the scoreboard. It will come out at the 20-yard line.
First time we've seen one of those.
Well, in the traditional game, that's like bringing it out to the 40-yard line.
It really is. I mean, that's a great advantage. Tampa Bay on that Brown move, 5 plays, 43 yards, and just a good hookup. And Jake Gruden, again, under a lot of pressure, doesn't seem to phase him.
The running game tonight for Tampa has produced 66 yards, only 18 on the ground for Detroit. Langley swings out of the backfield on first down. Renfro going up top, needs some points in a hurry. Langley, well, he was stretched down off his fingertip, it's incomplete. Langley out of Tennessee Martin.
Hurt himself on that. This is yard off. That's really been the story for Detroit so far. Offensively, they just never really hit a groove. Here we watch Langley. He was pretty successful with this in the first half. Going downfield, boy, he's extending right now. I mean, he's running, he's kind of stretching out. He goes out with one hand. He'd like to get 2 out. He kind of tucked that left arm under like he was hurt before he even took off.
Second down. Renfro up in that pocket. The dart downfield. This time he does hook up with Langley, and he dances down to the 15-yard line. First down, Detroit.
Really does, working on Eddie Brown. One time we take it deep, and he'll come underneath. Now I'd watch for that out and up. You know, that hitch and go has been real successful in this league. Again, you talk about great extension. Boy, that's, receivers want to always make the defender think you're going deep. And when you watch that guy work those arms, you have to think he's going downfield. He breaks out. Good play.
There's a look at Langley, the slot man in motion now. First down. Clark.
Oh, that was good coverage.
Clark came back to the football just about the time Renfro let it go. And that little push from Clark onto the face mask of Tracy Perkins.
Again. Renfro gets back, and you hope your quarterbacks don't telegraph. There he kind of looks off, throws left. There's Brown, or who else? Who else that would be there?
Markham is pleading his case.
Well, he's got to try to create a fire right now under his team.
And now a flag goes down.
That might be on Markham. That might be on Markham.
Sportsmanlike conduct against the coach of Detroit.
Maybe a wake-up call.
Well, you got to do something. I mean, you're running out of time. 11:22 to play in this game. He knows what this team needs. Now he's in his ear. Markham's a pretty animated guy at all times. I don't think he was talking directly at that particular ref, but they're going to have to pay a price for it.
9th flag for Detroit, 39 yards. 8 flags against Tampa for 56. Renfro in that pocket. Good protection up top. Langley. And flags. Collision in the end zone. Coverage provided by Eddie Brown. Renfro wanted Langley.
3rd time they've gone after Brown. Not a bad idea. Pat him on the back and say, hey, I like that call, Mr. Referee.
Well, the guy's in stripes. It's a thankless job.
Renfro again. Good toss for him. Boy, he just kind of flings that ball right there. I mean, he didn't have a chance to get it. You know, if you're the defender, but then we've got the bird's eye view. Mr. Brown is running for his dear life.
1st down for Detroit at the 15. Under 11 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Renfro hooks up. Langley, it's been his drive. Battles down near the goal line, and he'll just be short. Boy, Langley has been the man.
He really has. Makes you wonder, where's LaFrance? You know he's going to come out sooner or later.
Well, he was over there to help up his teammate. Langley's slow to get up off the turf.
Yeah, he's beat up. He's only got 10 more minutes to play for the entire season. Comes out, nice little turnout move. And again, he knows what to do with the football. Tuck it away and try to score.
Just missed
4
the
silver
goal line.
hats on the play.
Yeah. 4 catches, 46 yards now for Langley. To the ground. Burst! Tony bursts, and he spikes it down around the 10-yard line. Got a ways to go,
Save
Tony.
the energy, Tony. You're going to need it on this comeback. This is what they've done so well for the past 2 games in the playoffs. Give the ball a turning burst and watch him just accelerate and score.
Scored the winning touchdown last week, 6 seconds on the clock against Arizona. Basically the same play, same spot on the football.
Just opposite side. Good isolation.
Burst rumbles in, cuts the lead down to 13. 9:36 to play.
Welcome to New Orleans. You married? Man, I told my wife I'd give up smoking, drinking, cussing, anything but them Saints. Man, I've been with them Saints even when they were the Aints. You ever seen a Saints game? Man, that's a party. My wife told me, you don't need no wife, baby. You already married. Married to them Saints. Yeah, get out the way, you crumb bum.
At Galleons, we know your favorite teams come and your favorite teams go. That's why this year we have all the teams for back to school. Yep, you can wear the pros, the colleges, even your high school emblazoned loud and clear on snappy hats, comfy tees, cool jackets, and sporty warm-ups. And if you change your mind, just change your clothes. So come into Galleons today for your favorite team and get yourself together. For back to school, get back to Galleons.
And back on the field looking at this game is Joe March. The big lineman for Tampa Bay has that left knee wrap. Gotta feel sorry for those crutches, Doc. The kick. Stevie Thomas takes it off the net. Has a lane, cuts it inside, flags come down, and Thomas hit up around the collar, pulled down, but a flag inside the 10. Holding against Tampa.
And we talk about that injury to March, but Dietrich Wise, who's all league in his own respect, probably their best player, is hurt. Then we go back to the scoring drive and see Tony Burst for Detroit come in and do what he's done so well throughout the playoffs to give the drive a shot.
Tampa has really seen the flags in the playoffs. Last week, 14. This week, that was number 9. And they run it. Jeff Mays, 6-footer, 220 out of Vanderbilt. Jay Gruden coming up with that 200-yard mark tonight, the 3 touchdown passes. Jay Gruden had a big Arena Bowl 91. 20 of 36 2 years ago, 298 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Well, he'd like to get back to that. He has Joe March with a knee sprain, his best offensive lineman, who is out. Lee Johnson's in for him out of Missouri.
Gruden stands up, takes it down the middle of the field, incomplete. And it was McSwain and Stevie Thomas. You know, Gruden's been a guy who has battled rib injury, a sore ankle, a bad knee, a bad wrist, and look at this.
Now another headache. I mean, you look at it again, he has hit the turf at least a dozen times today. And again, we talked about the fact that Dietrich Wise is not on the field. Dietrich had extensive surgery, shoulder surgery. He was lost a couple of weeks ago. He's the spiritual leader of this team. I mean, arguably maybe their best lineman. So they're without him. Then they lose Joe March, you know, a guy who they depended on quite a lot. So it's really an opportune time now for Detroit to make something happen.
Flags come down, heavy pressure. Willie Wyatt in the backfield. And they blow the play dead. Boy, Willie Wyatt looks like they just let him out of a cattle cage and he came down. The call will be delay of game. The clock, the 25-second clock ran out.
And when you're a defensive lineman, you get a shot at the quarterback, you got to take it. Usually every kid wants to be a quarterback. Now take a look at this. This is what happens when you play that position. You've got guys 270 pounds chasing you all over the football field. There's a reason why those guys make more money than most of us.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Willie Wyatt at 285 moves very well.
Willie Wyatt's an athlete.
Out of Alabama.
That typifies the drive defensively, though.
Some quarterbacks know how to fall a little better than others. Gruden getting some practice tonight. He's got a wide open pocket downfield. Jeff Mays hauls it down, and a first down for Tampa. Boy, a big third down. 3rd and 11, and they pick up 15.
If there's an unsung hero award for Tampa Bay, got to be Mays. I mean, he's a guy that has come through time and time again for big plays. Jay Gruden, I mean, he knows he's going to get hit. He just doesn't know where it's going to happen from. This time he steps up, feels the pressure on the run. Perfect ball. Can't get any better than that. Good catch under pressure.
With the goggles, Jeff Mays. 220-pounder, his season numbers, 5 touchdowns, 23 receptions. Les Barley rumbles, high steps it over a tackle down the near sideline. It'll mark him out at the 16-yard line. Boy, nice run by the big guy. Barley at 230. Nice hurdle at midfield there at the 25.
He's hurt too, boy. He's not 100% right now. But Dennis Dalkey, boy, these guys up front have just done. Pat Sperduto comes up, makes a great block, and here you watch those fancy footwork there. Doesn't look like a guy that's hurt, does he? Oh, that's just good sheer strength.
Barley's numbers, 3 carries for 39 yards. Hey, that's an average in this league.
And here's our guy, Tony Burse, who's on defense now. You know, Burse can help them on both sides of the ball, but they need somebody to come up and make a big play.
Clock running, just coming up on the 6.5-minute mark in the 4th quarter.
Back-breaking drive now, if Jay Gruden can put it in the end zone.
Well, each team pointing at the other. Burse jumped along with Willie Wyatt, but were they drawn?
He's an intense player. Yeah. And that time it cost him.
Following Arena Bowl 93, you will see Racing Across America, the Pacific Classic here on ESPN from Del Mar, California. $1 million guaranteed purse, 1.25 miles. Pacific Classic coming up right after Arena Bowl 93. 6:12 to play here at Joe Louis Arena. Tampa Bay 44, Detroit 31. Barley, Burse hit him, let him go, and Barley falls forward down near the 10-yard line.
Well, Burse got some of his own medicine on that play. You know, he's been the guy running over people the past couple of weeks, and that time Barley comes back and lowers his shoulder. He's had quite a day. 4 rushes, 42 yards. And I don't want to discount the fact that he's been all over Guilford Renfro as a linebacker. They put him up in the defensive end spot this afternoon. So he's really, in essence, the Iron Man.
In the Arena Football League, a 2.5, 3-yard average is very good. He's got a 10-yard plus and change average tonight. Barley switches directions, takes it back to the left side. And the flag comes down. Ahmad Field was trying to help him out, but he pushed Michael Clark, and that's going to cost him.
You know, you like an offense, you like a receiver to come down and do it. And here's Burr, he's losing his cool. Now he pushed the ref on that. See, you got to play the game on the field.
And he just got the thumb.
If you hit the ref, you got to go. Now you hurt your football team. He's the best they have at rushing. He's talked himself out of a chance to be a contributing factor to success. Gruden here. Let's find out if we can get a look at where it all took place. See, 2 guys now just jawing at each other. Now you're going at the quarterback.
And in steps Pats Perduto to protect his quarterback.
Like a good lineman should.
And Burse hit him up in the face mask.
Yeah, but you lose a guy, you know, maybe your best offensive threat right now in the backfield, and he can't play for you.
Tim Markham shows Markham actually pulled Burse.
Smart move.
So Timmy Markham, head coach, says come over, cool
Personal
off.
foul, number 22 on the defense, automatic first down.
Time to think, Tony.
It's tough to play this game. You know, it really is. I mean, there are rules that you have to adhere to in order to compete as an athlete. I mean, it happens that way from Little League all the way up. You got to play by the book.
First down, goal to goal from the 8-yard line. Ahmad Field in motion. To the ground, here comes Les Barley. Waiting for his blockers, picks him up. Takes it inside the 5. At the 3-yard line is Les Barley. And the clock hits the 5-minute mark.
You know, we thought maybe last night at the awards banquet and that maybe it was a little cockiness, but the Storm never backed down. They told us to a man they would win this football game. They would win it convincingly. It was in awe of Tampa Bay.
You had a feeling when they came in all dressed in tuxedos, something was up.
Yeah, well, it was. Confidence. Good idea. Great job.
Barley dives in. Touchdown, Tampa. Gruden nearly missed the exchange.
A good point. Of course, Perduto had a heck of a series. He's had 3 key blocks on this drive. You see those offensive linemen in there banging. You make a good point. You're right at your screen. Oh, boy, that would have been really close. You see a block in there, wide receiver. Ahmad Field has done a super job. Here you've got Thomas at the end of the block, taking his man all the way in the end zone. A happy Jay Gruden, who's been taking a pounding. He's got a smile on his face now.
Gruden will hold for Arden Krzyzewski. He has been perfect from the PAT category in this game, and he connects again. Good, high, strong kick. And the lead is back to 20. Tampa Bay 51, Detroit 31. 3:48 to play.
Back to school shopping. Oh, perfect. Too shiny. Perfect. Too flat. No way.
You look like a perfect little gentleman.
Gentlemen? Don't make that face at me.
Ma, now can we go to Foot Locker?
For back-to-school shopping, that's perfect. Get over to Foot Locker today.
Is this fresh or what? Like a perfect little gentleman? Whoa!
Back-to-school shopping at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Did you tell him to say that?
Not me.
Tampa Bay 3 minutes and 48 seconds away from their second ArenaBowl title. That last score,
what excellent drive.
5:48 off the clock.
They had everything working for him. Had a penalty here or there, but they went down to the ground, and Barley, you know, he was awesome. The offensive line blocked extremely well. They took their time. They went down. They really frustrated the drive, and I think it was evident with Tony Burst. And Ray Perkins wanted a gift for his grandmother who's turning 67 years old. Miss Johnston, I think he's going to be able to take her a championship ring.
LaFrance deep in his own end zone. Sheds a tackler, and he is upended. Boy, Andre Bowden. A little helicopter spin there.
That's the most amount of points that the drive has given them all game.
Time of possession, Rick. Tampa over 33 minutes, Detroit 22.
Well, they started off in the first possession in about 8 minutes, only resulting in 3 points, but it wasn't a pretty drive, but they've been able to just have things work for them.
LaFrance, the motion man from the slot. And down goes LaFrance, and Tony Chickillo wrapped him up.
The best dressed young man at last night's celebration. He comes in and gets a sack.
He couldn't stand a tuxedo shoes.
He had tennis shoes on. Chickillo here, Browner in the first half provided all the action. Chickillo comes around the corner, gets those big paws on Renfro, and spins him down. But you see, he's not there alone. There's 3 other members of the Storm, so they're getting good pressure right now. They're controlling the football game.
First sack of the playoffs for Tony Chickillo out of Miami. Second down, Renfro fires the dart downfield, picked up by Bell. He's marked out at the 17.
And again, Renfro's on his back. That time Lee Johnson got in, and they're starting to lay it on a little bit right now, giving some pressure. Renfro knows, I mean, it's obvious the whole world realizes he's got to make something happen. They're trying to get it slowly but surely. This time Johnson holds on and gets some pressure. Johnson, who's filling in for Joe March. March has a sprained knee. And again, their best player, Dietrich Wise, is not even suited up.
Third down, 5 for Renfro. Looks left, comes back right, incomplete. On the hands of Bell, and he dropped it.
Happy Joe March.
He's going to put a ring on that thing.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a big ring, too.
Tim Markham hoping to put a 5th ring on this franchise.
One for the thumb is pretty tough.
Renfro to the far side, and the hit put on by Eddie Brown.
We talk about momentum, and obviously Detroit, they didn't dominate people throughout the regular season. Really, Arizona came on at the end, had a shot. I mean, Danny White, real deserving of the Coach of the Year. They were hot at the right time. The Predators were hot. We lost Barry Wagner, their best player. And Tampa Bay just kind of knocked on the door, got it up, got 3 new players in their lineup that they didn't have, and it really made the difference. Ahmad Field, March, awesome.
Bell swings out of the backfield. Renfro sets up and overthrows Grannis Bell. Racing across America, the Pacific Classic will follow. ArenaBowl 93. That will be coming up immediately after the conclusion of this game. A minute to play here at Joe Louis Arena. And now the 1-minute warning will be given out.
Coach K there on your screen, defensive coordinator. Bob Grease, owner of Tampa Bay, pretty much put 10 wins as a major priority in Tampa. Almost guaranteed it. He would pay back 20% of the ticket price. That's Coach K, defensive coordinator. He wants them to pour it on there and not to let up. Can you imagine what will happen next year in Tampa Bay?
You know, Bob Grease told us, he's out of the prediction.
Yeah, he said he's out of the prediction, but that's what he said before the game. We'll have to get him afterwards.
Second down for Detroit. Picked up off the hands. Perkins. Off the hands of LaFrance, and Tracy Perkins has sealed this victory.
Well, maybe that's one he can take to his grandmother, who just turned 67 years old.
Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh, no, it's Ted from accounting.
53 seconds left. Tampa Bay, they are pouring it on. After the interception, they go to the ground with Bowden. They're all AFL pick. But a flag at the 20. An offsides call against Detroit. Time to announce our Little Caesars player of the game, and hands down, Jay Gruden, the quarterback of Tampa Bay. Look at his numbers: 19 of 33, 213 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and 14 bruises. Jay Gruden, Little Caesars player of the game.
Jay will be in ice for a couple of weeks. Good thing he brought his wife here with him. There she is, right with the glasses right there to the left of your screen. She's a happy camper, but she better get the ice pads. Jay took a beating.
Bird rumbles inside the 5-yard line at the 3.
But you know, it never hurts as much when you win. If he was on the other side of this, he'd probably be on crutches after the game. There's his wife, Sherry Gruden. Again, we had an excellent affair. She got the VCR. Last night, Jay had the VCR, and nobody thought he could aim very well. There's March, who's real happy.
Well, he is hobbled from the end zone. He wants to share the fun with his team.
You know, Kimberly Clements of the league office gave a great bash last night, and this is what it's all about right here.
Larry Kuharich just got Gatorade, and the clock sounds. Tampa Bay, 1993 Arena Bowl champions.
Well, there's Brown in the center of your screen. He ought to be happy as well. There's Dietrich Wise right there. Had the shoulder surgery. Larry Kuharich, just a hard-nosed football man. Great win for Tampa Bay.
And Rick, one thing about both of these teams, they have very good core players. And to make it to the playoffs, that's what it takes.
You've got to have it.
The final score from Joe Louis Arena. Tampa Bay over Detroit, 51-31. For Rick Walker, I'm Craig Bolerjack. Good night from Detroit, Michigan. Arena Bowl 93 has been produced by High Bar Productions in association with ESPN. Racing across America. The Pacific Classic is next.